Yo, what is up, sleepers? It's your boy Eddbedhead here in the sleeping cinema. Oh my god, I screwed up my name already. And I have with me today
Aleksey, also known as Backstab246.
You got JavierSenpai over here.
ML Ultra.
Yeah, filling in for Jesus. He's gonna be out for a little while. We don't know how long. Ripperoni pepperoni. All right, so there will be timestamps in the description for the pre-recorded version of the podcast if you want to skip ahead to that. But for now, let's buy some tickets and grab our favorite concessions. So how has you guys' week's been?
It's been uneventful, I guess. It usually is. I mean,
Wow.
I work second shift, so.
No, you have a party life.
He parties all night.
He just doesn't want to tell us about it.
I mean, I did have pretty good streams yesterday. Did a little bit of Minecraft with you guys.
What the frick? Dude, you're living on the edge.
And did 6-hour Pokemon stream after that.
6
What,
hours?
6
Yeah, it
hours?
was 6 hours.
Dang, dude.
So, gotta get ready for that 24-hour live stream for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
I'm
remix.
kind of tempted to do the same thing.
I'm gonna probably buy
If
it.
you do that, we should co-stream.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'm gonna
I'd be
buy
down with
it, but I'm not gonna stream it.
No, you gotta play with us, bro.
I'll play
through
with
us.
you guys. No, I'll play. I don't know if I'll stream. I told you, I don't have a laptop that can support that.
You don't even have a capture card, do you?
Huh?
You need a capture card too.
Yeah, and I doubt
Okay,
my
I think one of the microphones is shaking.
That was me. I was shaking my
Okay.
feet.
I was like, what the heck's going on? I hear some vibrations.
That's my
So.
bad.
All right. What about you, May?
Stressful.
It's
A
stressful?
lot of work and then packing to move.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are moving soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We already
can't-
brought some stuff to Alexi's house.
Are you guys getting U-Haul to move everything, or how are you guys planning on doing it?
Probably just buy our cars. We've been doing it a little bit at a time.
I'm thinking about like the furniture.
Oh, the furniture?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, we got to figure that one out.
We did it all to get here the first time.
That's true.
Oh.
Just with our cars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Bet. Let's just tie shit up. I hope. Like I said, I hope.
Yeah,
help
that'd be
as much as
dope.
you can.
Yeah, we probably need the help in the next few weeks.
Yeah,
Hey,
help me
so
out
you
with
guys
my
leave
mortgage.
like the last week of
Yeah,
November,
our,
right?
our lease ends in the last week of November. So we got to get that done. But I've also had some fun. I took your guys' advice. I did the editing and streaming.
I know
That's
I
been
noticed
fun.
that, yeah.
I've been tuning in to some of them.
Yeah, it's been fun. I enjoyed it.
I saw you on Twitch with 3 viewers, actually. That's pretty good. That's a step up towards getting affiliate.
Yeah,
If
we're
you can
getting
keep those
closer.
If you can keep those 3 for an entire month, you'll be
That's
good.
the challenge. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been having a lot of fun doing those types of just chilling, chatting streams. I've also been making more Minecraft content. If you guys have seen,
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I really like it so far.
I was so
I'm
sad I
having
was
fun
late.
with it.
I was so
Make-
sad. I was late.
Yeah, you didn't get to join in with us.
I had a question. If there's if I'm running low on food, does
Yeah.
it count as will I get banned if I go steal food from somewhere else, from the houses?
There's
yeah.
a community farm that
Yeah.
someone
No
in the
one.
Discord.
I try to
I
ask
told you, use the farm. Just replant the stuff.
Yeah, and
Which
if you go
farm?
to,
There's like 9 farms there.
if you
doesn't
use
matter.
mine too, as long as you replant it, I don't care.
Oh, see,
Yeah, just replant the
see, but no
crops.
one was there. Scorch was telling me here.
See, for
He was
me-
trying to give me like a lot of carrots. I'm like, I want potatoes. And I see-
But carrots fill you up more than potatoes.
But then I see May had a bunch of potatoes, and I was gonna steal half of them. And I'm like, I'll return them one day.
One day, the potatoes don't even fill you up as much in the game.
Well, I already made like 3 furnaces, 2 blast furnaces.
Dang, dude, you going all out. You got to make a house now.
Bro, there's a space behind. I don't know whose house is in the like back. Like it's a tall looking house.
Oh,
The one
It's-
on the sand,
No, it's right next to Scorch's house.
the lighthouse maybe.
Is it a lighthouse?
that's the one on the sand.
No, not
it's-
that one. Not that one. There's it's next to Scorch's house. You can climb
Next
up
to
it.
his house is Zane's.
Who?
Zane, my brother.
Oh, your other brother? Yeah, I'm just behind there, and
Okay.
then I already cropped out how I wanted big my house is gonna be.
Nice.
I told Scorch it's gonna be like 9 floors high.
9 floors. You're gonna have a whole tower there.
And I plan on making it all out of smooth
It's
stone.
gonna be like a hotel. What the heck? This is gonna take you forever.
That's why I have fucking 7 furnaces going.
For me, Minecraft is no longer that fun because I get bored of it very easily.
Wow.
Unless people don't play Minecraft like I do anymore. What I do is I just, like I said, I joined your server and I just left. I left to search for villages. That's all I do. I just keep walking around raiding villages. That is my idea of fun in Minecraft. I do not build anymore. I just raid
Dang.
villages.
How are you gonna beat the Ender Dragon? Oh, is that against the community?
No, only when he's there.
Yeah, only
I
when
can
I'm
beat
there.
the Ender Dragon because if I raid enough villages, I'll eventually get good stuff, enchanted stuff. I fight mobs, I get enchanted stuff. I got an enchanted bow already.
I did too. I actually got one
With
yesterday.
Unbreaking one. So
All right,
I'm
we'll
just
talk
saying.
about Minecraft later on. This is a movie podcast. For now, let's take our seats and let's get into these
Wait,
trailers.
let me talk about my week real quick.
Oh, you didn't talk about your week? I
No,
thought
no.
you did. Sorry.
No,
All
it's-
right. Before we get into the trailers, let's let Javier fill in.
Oh no, I haven't. I didn't really have an eventful week. I finished 2 of the shows I started. I
Oh,
finished
really?
that Infinity Train.
Oh, nice.
It's actually a really good
Too
show.
bad Jesus isn't here to talk about it with
I
you.
like how it ends, but I don't want to
Spoil it.
The ending, I can see why Jesus said last week that the show can keep going.
Oh.
And then the other show I recommend, Scissor 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so heated right now with that
Why
show.
did they end it at a cliffhanger?
Yes.
Oh,
and they
that's
don't plan
horrible.
to they don't plan on bringing it back until 2022.
You're gonna wait for a while then.
And there's supposed to be a movie coming out with it.
Oh, that's pretty good then. That means it's pretty successful if they're making a movie too.
Supposed to be. I looked it up. There's no talk about it.
That's rough.
They just on Netflix. It's just like ends, and then it says movie to become. And then I looked it up. I'm like, there's no movie coming.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sign.
I know. I
Probably.
also realized the show's from China.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Especially since it's a Netflix. Netflix cancels their shows randomly.
Yeah.
So that's going to be rough.
Other than that, I worked a calm week this week, and then I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Tired. That's why we got monsters. With that, let's take our seats and let's get into the trailers. Any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
Once again, I'm just keeping up with everything Pokemon right now. We're leading up to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. So that's all I'm looking for.
Does the Arceus game come out the same day or?
No, that's January 2022.
Okay, so
Are
we
you
got to
guys
wait
gonna
for
buy
one.
both?
Yeah.
Are you playing in? The Arceus is the other one that they had.
Yeah.
Because I see when I went to the mall on Friday or Thursday to pick up Chinese food because I want mall Chinese food. Like it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in GameStop and I seen that the Diamond and Pearl posters up, for like release date. And then I
2
seen,
weeks.
yeah, I'm gonna buy it, like I said. But then I seen there was another Pokemon game. I'm like, wait, they didn't talk about this other one. This one was this other one.
We're
game.
here,
And
loving.
then I'm like, I might buy that too, just to play.
You
it.
got to, man. That one's going to be a game changer. That one's really different.
I don't have any games for
Very
the Switch.
different. I'm not. I'm happy with some changes. I'm not happy with other changes.
Well, yeah, we'll see how it all plays out in the end.
Anyone here is gonna get the Switch Pro?
No. What is it? Just an
You mean
OLED
this- yeah,
screen?
it's the OLED model, yeah.
That's not much of a difference to upgrade to another like
It's not a big
$300.
upgrade,
My
yeah.
mom likes it because it's white.
I don't think that's a good reason to
It's a-
spend like an extra
Well,
$100.
that and it comes with the actual the case that you can put it in to
got a
charge
For
fair
it.
you,
docking
it might
system,
be
too.
worth it if
Eh?
you want a bigger screen.
It also has
I'm fine with
The
my
screen's the
light.
same.
Well, I guess because she's got a light.
Oh, yeah, the light, yeah.
But yeah,
I
no,
like it a lot better though because it's more. It
Portable?
fits my hands easier.
It's more of a DS light system.
But yeah, no, I just know the other thing that comes with the Pro is the Ethernet cable for the case.
Oh,
It
actually,
comes-
that's pretty good.
yeah. So if
If you do a lot of online play, yeah.
yeah, so if you hook it up to TV and stuff, you play like that.
Mhm.
That's where it's gonna come beneficial.
For me, my issue is there's not much online games that I like on the Switch.
Smash
Other
is the
than,
only
yeah,
game.
other than
They're
Smash.
trying to make the online subscription thing better, but people were not happy with their online subscription plus or whatever it's called.
Mm.
It was not good.
I've still yet to buy it. I don't play enough online. But if I get the Pokemon games, I think I have to buy the thing. So I'll be
that's
paying
why
for
I haven't.
I'll be paying for Xbox Live, PlayStation Live, and then Nintendo
God,
Live.
that's too many lives, yeah.
Well, I do play on all three.
Yeah,
3
okay,
lives.
fair enough. 3 lives. All right, with that, let's get into the first trailer, The Book of Boba Fett. Plot: legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett
Are we talking about the drink?
and mercenary Fennec
good right
Shand navigating the galaxy's underworld when they return to the sands of Tatooine to stake their claim on the territory once ruled by Jabba the Hutt and his crime syndicate. Releases December 29th of 2021.
You know, when I first saw the name of the trailer, I almost thought it said the tale of
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt. Yeah.
That would be boring.
What do you mean? I think that might be exciting. I mean,
Well, he's a big
it's
green
a
slime.
slug,
What's,
yeah.
Yeah,
what's he-
but how did he get big and green?
and how do you
That's
get
the
all that
backstory.
power?
Yeah, see, look at there's so much stuff behind
There
him.
is a lot of lore there, but I'm not sure I would like to see a whole series where he's the protagonist.
It would be a political series. I would say.
Very
Actually,
much.
first of
yeah.
all, Alexa, you said it was going to be Buzz Lightyear. Could you?
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's in space, it's not Buzz Lightyear. Everything in space now is Buzz Lightyear to you.
Yeah.
Is this another Buzz Lightyear trailer?
Is this Buzz Lightyear? It's like that butterfly meme, you know, with the guy in the glasses. Is this Buzz Lightyear?
I know what you're talking about too.
That's how Alexa is with everything.
Yeah. But the actual Boba Fett trailer looks dope to me. It takes place after The Mandalorian, so kind of picks up where it left off, but with a different character.
It kind of looks low budget, honestly.
I've never seen the newer Star Wars, so I don't know what they're like.
They're pretty good.
I thought it looked the same as the Mandalorian. Like,
To me, no. I saw
Same
Mandalorian,
quality.
and I saw this, and the quality looks significantly different to me.
It looks pretty good to me.
I
don't
like
know.
it, yeah.
Like I said, I've never seen the new ones. I just remember how the old ones look, and back then the CGI and everything and the graphics for them
Was not bad.
It was
They're
Star
a
Wars
lot
was
lower,
pretty good for its time, though.
but they're a lot lower compared to now.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
That's about it. That's all.
But yeah, December, it looks like a lot of content is coming out December. It's going to be a fun month.
What
Maybe.
we're watching? Oh wait, I won't actually realize I won't be there for the Matrix movie if we do it on Sunday.
Ooh, right. We'll figure it out as we get closer because we're also going to reschedule next week because of Comic-Con.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were doing it on Saturday.
Yeah, we're doing Saturday night. We
I
still
got
got
the
to figure
VIP
it out.
pass, so I might decide to go to the after party.
Okay, well, then we got to figure it out, yeah.
So,
But-
Alexi, stop holding us back. Unless we all like pre-watch it on Thursday.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
We'll
We'll see.
see what's going on.
All right. Up next, we have Morbius. Plot. One of Marvel's most compelling and conflicted characters comes to the big screen as Oscar winner Jared Leto transforms into the enigmatic antihero Michael Morbius, dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder and determined to save others suffering the same fate. Dr. Morbius attempts a desperate gamble. While at first it seems to be a radical success, a darkness inside him is unleashed. Will good override evil, or will Morbius succumb to the mysterious new urges? Releases January 28th of 2022.
Did he get COVID?
What? It's a blood
Alright,
disease.
so I'm excited for this movie. Although the only Morbius that I know is the one from the 1994 Spider-Man animated TV series, and so I don't like the way he becomes Morbius in this movie.
Well, you don't
because
like that his face isn't
And
like how it's
yeah.
supposed to be.
his face isn't supposed to turn back to human. It's supposed to stay the weird, like,
But in that-
darkish
Vampire.
blue color, or the light, or like blue grayish color.
In the cartoon, though, does it show him turning into that? Because I feel like in the 1993 cartoon, like the Spider-Man cartoon movie, it's probably taking place after some years, where he's just like
No, it's right away.
right away.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the way he becomes Morbius is basically there's this like science competition and Peter Parker and Michael Morbius are in that, and basically Morbius can't win, and so he steals some of Parker's blood, which is what Parker is using to win competition, right? And he injects some of that blood right into him, and that's how he gets his powers as Morbius.
okay.
But in this one, it's just from bats.
Yes, and this one he gets into a cave and bats attack him.
That's why I say he gets COVID.
No,
That's why I say he gets
I
COVID.
see where you're going.
But I'm excited for this movie. This is Jared Leto's redemption arc, basically, when it comes to superhero movies and supervillain movies and stuff like that.
You know,
So
when you guys
I'm happy
said
for
that guy's name, I was like, who are you guys talking about? And then you said movies, like, oh, he's the director, right?
Jared Leto? No, he's an actor. He played Joker in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
The original?
Oh, that's the guy. He's the main lead in this movie.
Yeah, he's the main lead in this movie, and so this is why I'm saying this is his redemption arc when it
Hopefully.
comes to superheroes / supervillain movies.
Hopefully,
We'll see, yeah.
it doesn't look bad.
I actually used to really like the band that he was in.
He was in a band.
Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh,
I think I've heard the name.
never heard of it.
Pretty dope.
I think.
I used to really like him when I was in middle school. But I didn't really follow him I didn't follow him personally, like that closely.
I have high hopes
What's
for
your
him. in
opinion,
this.
May?
I don't really know him.
Did you like him as the Joker?
I didn't even know that's what you were talking about earlier when you said Suicide Squad. I was trying to picture it, and I
Yeah,
didn't know what
I know H3 did a contact cord on him. I don't think you watched it then.
Probably not. But I didn't like the first Suicide Squad in general.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's okay. Hey, everybody disliked his Joker, so you wouldn't be alone in thinking that it sucked.
I think you're the only person, like, you like it. Then you like the first one, or you didn't mind it?
I didn't mind it, yeah. I actually didn't hate it as much as everyone does.
I think it's just me and you that didn't mind that movie.
Yeah,
I actually don't mind it either.
I was like, I'd rewatch it. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's not
No, it's not
horrible.
better than that one.
It's not garbage. Yeah,
That
this new one is top tier.
Yeah, that first Suicide Squad movie gives me what is it? The monster, the dark universe vibes. You know what I'm talking about? The Mummy remake with.
Oh my god.
Mummy 4. Return of the Mummy.
But yeah, I'm getting that's the kind of vibes I got from that movie, anyways.
I rewatched the first Mummy movie as well.
With
I don't know the actor.
Yeah, Brandon Fraser was in. Yeah, I like his movies.
I just rewatched it randomly. I was at work. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play this and started rewatching it.
We went to the ride at Universal. It was awesome.
Oh, cool.
It was scary.
Really?
Scary. There was literal fire
it was
coming
so
at
hot.
you while you were like on a roller coaster.
And it was super dark.
That is awesome.
That's the best part when it's dark.
I like the Mummy movies. When it gets to like the Scorpion King, that's when it goes downhill a little bit. But you know,
one day I'll leave Michigan and go to.
You gotta go to Universal or Disney, man.
all save up money and just go as an entire group.
That'd be
The
dope.
Harry Potter stuff was the best.
If I'm gonna go, but I don't know. Isn't there one in Japan, right? A Universal?
Yeah.
That's the one I want to go to because they have
They have the Demon Slayer right
That's
now.
why, yeah.
They have the Mario Bros too.
See,
there.
that's why. And you can drive the
You can meet Chris
go-kart.
Pratt
Surrounded by weebs.
as Mario.
Well, you're surrounded by what?
Weebs.
You tell me you wouldn't want to go. Don't tell me you wouldn't want to go.
All right. Next bit of news that I just remembered May sent me. I didn't put it on the docket, but did you guys hear Chris Pratt's going to be Garfield now?
I did. What's
making a
wrong with that? Why are
live-action
people
Garfield?
so?
I don't know
think
if it's
it's a
live
voice
action.
acting.
He's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's going to
why are
voice
people
act
going
for
after?
Garfield.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that.
People weren't very happy about that, were they?
They're turning him into a voice
Because he's already
actor
going to
now.
be Mario, and now
So?
he's going to be
Who cares?
Garfield.
I don't know if I
He
can
doesn't
picture
fit
him
either
as Garfield
character is
now.
the problem.
He might surprise us.
No.
There's more stuff that he's getting hate on for right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's obviously the voice acting stuff. No one likes that.
Mm-hmm.
But then also he made like a post on Instagram about his new wife. And
He has a new wife.
yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Oh, wow. That's a weird.
Yeah.
And so he has a kid with her.
Just don't
And
piss him off. Don't piss
He
him
also has a kid with his previous wife, Anna Faris. And that child, he has some problems. I don't remember what, but in his Instagram post, he said, like, thank you for giving me a beautiful and healthy child. And everyone's like, what about your other kid? And like,
Why are they always
Are they-
nitpicking?
Good thing you didn't put quotation mark on the healthy. Like,
Yeah, maybe he didn't mean it that way, but I can't tell. I don't know. I didn't see the post.
People are just too hateful in this world.
Man, I can't imagine pissing off Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Uh-oh.
I would not want
Imagine.
to. Just
He'll
like,
come here,
oh.
busting through your door like the Terminator.
Yeah.
No, even though he's like, what, 70 roughly?
Yeah, he's old
He's
now.
old now. Imagine pissing him off. He'll still bust through the door. What did you
Yeah,
do
he
to
did.
my daughter?
He made the new Terminator like what is it, 3 years ago?
Yeah,
so
I
he's
watched
still
I liked it.
yeah, he's still doing action
The
stuff.
action scene in the last Terminator was not bad.
All right.
It's not the same.
And now for our last trailer, Moonfall. A mysterious force knocks the moon from its orbit around the Earth and sends it hurtling on a collision course with life as we know it, with mere weeks before impact. And worlds on the brink of annihilation, NASA executive and former astronaut Joe Fowler is convinced she has the key to saving us all. But only one astronaut from her past, Brian Harper, and conspiracy theorist Casey Houseman believes her. These unlikely heroes will mount an impossible last-ditch mission into space, leaving behind everyone they love, only to find out that our moon is not what we think it is.
This is a long freaking thing.
It releases February 4th of 2022.
Bro,
Right.
Lexi's face, you're just so
This movie
disappointed.
is gonna bomb so hard. I know it's gonna bomb. It's gonna fail so hard. It's gonna have one of the worst. This is my prediction. It's gonna have one of the worst reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Look at this. If this doesn't get a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, the trailer looked pretty rough.
No, well, I want it to be a 0, so one day, like a couple years later, we can do like the worst movies out there, and this can be on there.
This will be like, oh yeah, we watched that movie. It sucked.
It was so bad that it was just not worth paying
Oh
for.
no.
This movie looks like it goes straight to DVD, and it's one reason why I also don't like it is because one of the actors is actually from the
The
Exorcist
Conjuring?
movies.
The Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring. I did not like that actor. First of all,
Which actor?
He plays
he's the astronaut.
Ed Warren.
Oh.
Oh, the astronaut.
Yeah, he plays
There's
Ed Warren.
John Bradley from Game of Thrones,
But
Patrick
yeah,
Wilson.
This movie's gonna bomb so hard. That was my prediction. I stand by that prediction. It's not gonna be good.
This is the plot of Majora's Mask,
When
the
does it
Zelda
come
game. February 4th of 2022.
Please don't make me watch this movie.
This
I
is the,
didn't see it on our list at the movie theater, so.
we saw the trailer, but you were on your phone.
Oh. Well,
we were on the movie theater.
Like I said, I came in like late as fudge to the movie. I came in after the London attack.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Okay.
So I missed like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Dang.
10, 15 minutes, but it's okay. I
yeah.
can tell it wasn't that important.
Yeah, not much happened in the first 10
You
minutes
can
of the
also
movie.
hear London. I could hear King snoring.
No.
That's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
No, I mean it's not bad. I just hear him snoring. I'm just letting you know. I'm like,
Easily snoring your head.
He's a snore in your head. He snorts.
He just dreams about snoring. All right. What was your guys' thoughts before going into Eternals?
I thought it was gonna be good.
So Aleksey had the most hype. I
had
was
a lot
Yeah,
of hype for
Aleksey
this.
was like, let's watch that trailer again.
Yeah, let's watch it 100 times again. Me, like I said, I was pretty neutral with that. I think I said this before when I told you. It was like, I'm a pretty neutral with this movie. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll break it down and see where we end up at.
Well, with Shang-Chi, I was unsure of how it was going to be, and I was really surprised by how good it was. So I was hoping that Eternals would be the same way.
Yeah, the trailer didn't seem too promising to me personally. I don't know. When we watched it all together, I was like, I don't see much potential in this movie. I didn't know anything about the Eternals, and I wasn't sure how this movie would play out. But other than that, yeah, I was just like, all right, well, I'll come in with an open mind and see what happens.
I'm going to say this right now. I feel like Shang-Chi's the best movie of this year.
So far, yeah.
But it's going to be replaced with Spider-Man.
Yo, easily.
Well, let's hope.
Let's see,
freaking
yeah.
hope.
I'm thinking at the end of the year, we'll vote on our favorite movie.
It's going to be either Spider-Man or part of Shang-Chi.
And Spider-Man's going to be almost 3 hours long.
Oh,
Is
I
it?
heard
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
like 2 hours, 45 minutes or something.
Heck yeah.
Another thing is, I'm with Eddie here. I don't know much about the Eternals either.
I don't think
So
even though
it's very obscure. Like most fans just know.
Unless
like,
you're a
the basic-
hardcore fan, you won't really know any of the characters in this movie.
I say we kind of like all three of us like Marvel, most of us. So like we don't know enough about it.
Yeah. All right, with that, let's get into the spoiler-free review. All right, spoiler-free review for Eternals. Eternals was released November 5th of 2021, starring Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, and Angelina Jolie. Directed by Chloe Zhao. Rated PG-13. Plot summary. The saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilization. What was your guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers for this movie?
It's good, but not great.
Yeah, I thought the movie was pretty good. I don't know. I like a lot of the scenes that they had, but some of it was still boring.
Yeah, it was kind of slow.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
There was a
slower
lot
movie.
of just points where they're just standing there and like talking about stuff.
Talking about the IKEA scene.
Okay.
Hey, that was in the trailer. We can talk about that.
Fine.
That was in the trailer.
Okay.
I thought there was a lot of likable new characters, but there was too many of them to share the screen time.
There's, what, 9 characters?
They didn't
based
do
off the
too
trailer?
good with this one because
Yeah.
normally they're pretty good about screen time, but in this one I feel like it wasn't that good.
There's like, whoa, I barely got to meet this character. Now we're moving on to this one, and okay, this is too much.
Some showcased more than others.
There was only one character that I was like.
Yeah, this story
I grew
follows
attached
the.
to.
Yeah, the story follows one main character pretty much out of the Eternals, out of like the 6 Eternals.
Which why? Oh wait, yeah, no, never mind. I was gonna say why that one, but now I know why.
Yeah, it expanded on the Marvel universe to a universal scale. So I don't know where they're gonna go from here now that we're like at universal threats.
All right, so here's
Where's the
I don't
rest
know
of
if
the
I can
Marvel
say
characters?
this. I don't know if I can say this yet. I'm gonna hold off on this.
Okay.
one. Just keep that in mind about what you just said, though.
Okay.
Well, a lot of the camera shots in the movie are good, though.
Yeah, it had good cinematography at times. I like the plot and the concept. I just don't think it was executed it to the best. And the runtime was a little too long, but it kind of flew by at the same time. Some moments did.
I know. I didn't know it was a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a 2 hour movie or something.
Yeah, exactly. I was
probably
like,
one of
whoa,
their
it's
longest
over
movies.
already?
It's probably one of their longest movies, next to like Infinity War and Endgame.
For like a solo movie, yes.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like all the solo movies. I think so. Yeah. I don't know how long Captain America movies are. Though.
They're not that long.
They're not that long.
They're not
Like an
They're
hour and a
about
half.
Or
No, longer than that. They're
Longer?
close to like 2 hours, 12 minutes or so.
No way.
Most of the movies are.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, like Civil War and stuff. I was thinking more of the first Captain
Yeah,
America.
that's what I'm saying. They're usually around 2 hours. 2 hours.
first
12
movie
minutes.
is 2 hours long.
Probably.
Because I know I doubt Iron Man, like the very first movie.
Oh, yeah, that one was like a
an
shorter
hour.
movie.
It's probably like hour 58 minutes or something.
But yeah, this isn't what I expected from a Marvel movie. I'll just say that.
It felt like a DC movie.
Yeah, it definitely felt.
I get
It
that.
definitely felt non-Marvel.
That's not. I think about it. I think it feels like a DC
I mean, maybe
movie.
not even DC, just like one of those like Image comic books or other publishers that they have.
It was
I
a
think there was
parody.
a-
You know, like the people who made Invincible and stuff like that.
I think
yeah.
some people compared this to like Snyder Cut.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that
Well,
is.
well, that's the 4-hour Justice League movie.
Never seen it.
All right, what do you guys rate it out of 10?
7.
Like I'm gonna give this an 8. Still,
I made it an 8 as well.
I'm at 7.
7? Okay, so we're all pretty consistent.
we're not gonna be consistent with
You
the
can
freaking
tell I was
viewers.
disappointed by this.
We'll compare to some online ratings. The critics from Metascore gave it a 53 out of 100, and the Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter gave it a 48%. Meanwhile, IMDb gave it a 6.9, and Rotten Tomato audience gave it an 81%. So the average of all those scores is 62.75.
The critics have definitely got them since yesterday.
The critics have bombed this movie.
Where's
No,
it,
but
the
they've gone
critics
up.
or-
Yesterday-
Oh, they gone up?
Yeah,
Really? I was
yesterday
surprised.
they were at like 40s for both of them.
Maybe
like
because they
42, 40.
noticed the difference. They're like, damn, people actually like this. Maybe let's be a little nicer.
maybe it'll go up slowly over time. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe it'll become a cult classic. Now, before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, subscribe. It really helped me out and means the world to me. Also, make sure to check out these guys on their social media links. And we are also on every podcast platform, so give us a listen anywhere, at any time.
Are you
Oh,
on,
God
are you
damn
on
it.
doorknob.com?
Oh my gosh.
they have a little side thing now that just pops up for ads. I don't ever see your thing. It's just playing on there.
Oh my gosh.
It's linked to Spotify a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, that's why I'm asking if you're on DoorDoc.
No, we're
Are you
not.
on DoorDash?
DoorDash? Why would
Oh,
we
are
be
you on
there?
DoorDash too?
But I'll also link May's social media links too. I forgot to do that. All right, with that, with your YouTube channel.
That I don't use anymore.
Yeah,
You
but
should
you know,
use
you
it.
still have videos there. All right, with that, let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion. All right, let's take an in-depth review of Eternals. Any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about?
Okay, first of all, before that, remember this. Since we're in spoiler
Filled,
now,
yes.
spoiler filled. You talk about how they went universal scale, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Are you going to talk about your guys' theories that you're discussing?
not the theory really. Although the way this movie came out, it feels like it's a self-contained movie, like because you don't see any nods to other superheroes. They mention others a little bit, like they mentioned
Like
Doctor
Iron
Strange.
Man.
They mentioned Doctor Strange, like they mentioned the Avengers, but that's all they ever mention. I get that there's a universal scale now that out of the ocean we have a celestial now.
Is he
And
frozen or is he dead?
He's dead. It's dead apparently.
It's dead.
What?
They killed it.
I thought they
Dang.
froze him. It felt like
no.
It's
if she
dead.
could.
I thought they just froze it because they said they were putting it to sleep.
Yeah.
They were, but since they couldn't mind control it, she had to kill it. That was why.
Dang.
But anyways,
I have something to say
so
afterwards.
for me, it's really hard to like explain what I'm trying to say here. Basically, it feels like a self-contained trilogy here, and because the Eternals themselves are so overly powerful, I don't see them working well with other groups right
You
now.
don't-
So
you don't
this
think it's a
feels
different
very
multiverse?
self-contained. No, it's not. I don't think so. It's going to be in the same universe. I don't know how well they'll be other Avengers or other superheroes going to react to this because the power scaling is just so out of this world right now. You know, you get these Eternals, right, and then we had these Avengers, and then I'm like, could the Avengers take these guys on? I was like, I don't see that happening ever.
No, because Iron Man's dead.
Even if Iron Man's dead, I don't see it happening. The only ones that are
Iron Man's the best.
The only ones that are near cosmic level are Wanda, Doctor Strange, Thor, and maybe Hulk if he was in his like World Breaker form.
Wait, which Thor?
What do you mean, which Thor?
Because he's a fat Thor now.
No, he's fat Thor.
Doesn't matter which Thor.
I don't think Fat Thor can keep up with the speed. You'll be like
Thor will be fine. Trust me, Thor will be fine. You don't have to worry about him.
He could probably lose the weight if he wanted to.
But yeah, those guys are the only ones that I could ever see coming back. That's why we still have movies in this Phase 4. But right now, all the other Avengers movies we're getting, they feel like the end of Phase 3 still. Like it feels like we're still
on smaller threats
here. But then they throw this huge cosmic thing in here.
I see. It is quite a curveball, yeah.
And so I don't see where they're going with this right now. It's very hard for me to imagine what's next.
So one thing I want to say right now is it's about the end kind of. You know how the what her name was Squirt? I think her name was
Sprite.
Sprite. Yeah. Why does she want to be human? But why didn't she just ask to be an actual full-grown woman instead of being human?
Maybe
that was the thing I was thinking. Because they said that she's like, I can make you human, or I can not do anything.
Maybe it just didn't cross their mind.
Bro, she just, even like through the whole movie, she's talking about how she'd rather be like grown.
They're godly. Look, they're godly beings. That doesn't mean they're smart.
Maybe she just wanted to.
I think she just wanted to like live a life that she saw all around her.
She just wanted to pass away with everybody.
Okay, I would not agree with that. I got eternal life. Okay, why would I get rid of that?
That's what I was thinking. Like she has eternal life. I get that the reason why she wanted to be human because she wanted to grow up and wanted to just. Make her grow.
There's quite a few things that didn't really make sense in this movie.
It's a lonely existence, but imagine the evolution you'll get to see.
Well, they all saw it from a different perspective. That's why there was a lot of conflict.
That's true.
All right, I want to start off. Oh, do you have any specific things you want to point out?
Jump in.
No, but can I say something else?
Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but the girl that's really fast.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know her name either.
I have it written somewhere.
Yeah.
Makari, yep.
I saw on Facebook today that her character in the comics is actually a white male. So a lot of people apparently were upset because they gender swapped.
They were upset about an obscure character.
See, since we didn't know about that, we were fine with the character.
Right.
She was my favorite.
I liked her character a lot.
But we're also not like extremely caught up with the Marvel comics.
But I mean,
like
I think she was one of the best characters in the movie. She barely got any screen time.
She was like,
I really liked her.
It's because she was the most like calming character.
Yeah.
She understood everything, but like didn't need to get upset about it.
Exactly.
I believe she's deaf in real life, right?
Yeah. Are you caught up on The Walking Dead?
No.
Because she's in The Walking Dead now.
In the new season?
I don't.
She's been in the last 2 or 3, I think.
Okay.
And she's deaf in real life, so she knows sign language in the show.
I think it's cool that they brought sign language into the movie as well, so that's really nice.
That is pretty dope, though.
All right, let's start it off with the first deviant attack. Cersei walks home with her boyfriend and Sprite after a strange earthquake, only for a deviant to attack and almost kill them. Icarus soon flies in and faces the deviant head on. It takes the team of 3 Eternals to beat the previously extinct deviant. To me, this is surprising because later on in the film, they each take one down on their own. And also, weren't they created to stop the deviants? Why is it so hard for them to do it now?
Well, this one healed itself.
Yeah, this one apparently had the ability to take away the Eternals' powers.
Actually, I think all of them had the ability. It's just that none of them were able to because they all worked as a team to kill them all.
I don't think that's the case. That one seemed much more special because I don't want to go into. Well, no, because
like
skip to the end.
If you think about the scene where they're like frozen in ice, the other ones had the ability like that one. It had the little suckers on the side.
Oh yeah.
They just didn't do it because they weren't all.
Yeah, and they were the same deviants they faced.
Maybe there's like an alpha.
Maybe I don't know.
So the alpha is the one who got first pick or something. I don't know.
That's hard to say.
But anyway, that's I don't know. Obviously, it was much stronger. I feel like it was too strong because they probably could have easily just snapped their finger and just killed.
You also remember she took her the one lady's power.
Yeah, but if you
Ajak, right?
deal so much damage.
Oh yeah, I think her name was Ajak.
Yeah.
Cut the hands off because it needed the hands to heal. It had to have the hands to heal it every time.
Oh yeah, it does.
So,
Because I remember the scene where it just,
cut the hands off. No more healing. Cut the head off. We're good.
But I don't think they realized it in that moment. That's what it was doing.
someone
No,
realized.
Cersei noticed it. Cersei noticed it right away.
I'm thinking the one.
But they
character.
didn't trust. They didn't believe her at first.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked.
That was on the mic. Thank you for that, Kingsley.
One thing I really liked about all these Eternals is the whole nod to Greek mythology. It was so awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
The fact is all like kind of Greek mythology.
They're all Greek, but, well, Cersei obviously is an enchantress in Greek mythology.
Yep.
Athena, yep. And Icarus.
Cersei's really good because she was banned to like a specific island that can't be found.
I love this book by Madeline Miller. It's called Cersei. It's a really good book. You guys should check it out. It's all about her story.
One thing I really liked, I hate the character, but I like the name and like how he ends up dead. Is Icarus.
Icarus, yeah.
Because
he flew too close to the sun.
Too close to the sun. And guess how he ends himself? He flies directly into the sun.
Yeah, that
was a nice
That
nod.
worked out, yeah, perfectly.
You know what my sister said? Because they're not really into like watching Marvel and stuff like that. They're like, is that Superman? I was like, no.
They joked about it in the movie, too.
I hated that scene so much. Like,
this is why I said this is DC.
Leave DC out of this, all right? Leave it. Please don't do this to me right now.
What do you mean?
Also, the Flash is in it, and then there's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I wanted to get into that later. We'll talk more specifically about that.
Greek mythology and Wonder Woman is...
Yeah, well, we'll get more to the specifics later on because I have a little segment written for that.
But that London scene, I remember I was late for that.
I know. So you didn't catch too much of it.
I know what you guys are talking about, the big gorilla deviant looking one. The fact he was able to heal itself. Well, we kind of know why. If you watch the movie, we know why it's able to do that at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I didn't really like the villains in this movie. They're just monsters. It's like they're just like creatures. It's like
don't they have the same intellect?
They can get humanoid forms. Sometimes deviants can be as big as a celestial, or sometimes they can be very small, like these ones. So
I don't know, but normally in Marvel you have like this villain that like has a face, and
that's what made this difficult. And there was a huge moral dilemma throughout.
Yeah,
this entire
I actually
movie.
like that about it.
I was like, who's right here, though?
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's what I really enjoyed about it.
It's hard because the purpose of that whole movie is to show with the Celestial, right, the big guy.
Yeah,
it's to, like if he's born, he makes millions of new planets.
Well, we'll get more specifics of that too. For now, let's skip to Gilgamesh's death. So we don't really see much of Gilgamesh in this movie. He's more of a background character. He also watched over Athena for many years, making their bond close. But although their bond was close, and though he was a funny and likable character, his death felt too soon. I felt as though I barely got to know the character, and killing him off so quickly didn't really affect me as deeply as they intended it would. Especially since he had like 10 minutes of screen time the whole movie.
That was actually my favorite character. And I was sad that he died. I really liked him as a character.
Yeah,
for that 10 minutes that we seen, he was the one that honestly I enjoyed the most. I really wish he had more screen time.
Yeah,
I was really upset when they killed him.
It's like, dude, we just met this character like 5 minutes ago. Now you're gonna kill him? What the heck?
What I liked about him is his power specifically. I didn't really care for the character himself, but his powers always packed a punch.
Yeah.
When he hit something, you felt it.
He hit hard, yeah.
I liked him for his character. Like the fact
yeah, he's a funny dude.
He's funny, but like,
I don't know. I liked him.
There was nothing special about him to me.
I felt like he was special than the rest of them, besides the girl who can run fast. I liked her too.
She went nuts, dude. I loved when she went nuts, man. That was so awesome.
Don't talk about it just yet. We were getting there. No, but I was sad when he died.
Yeah, he died way too soon, man. I wish we had
it
gotten
was that for everyone that died.
What?
That's true.
Like Ajax.
Ajax did die pretty quickly too.
You don't really get to see.
Yeah. When I saw her in the trailer, I thought she was gonna be like play a much bigger role.
Yeah, she's like on the center of like all the posters and stuff.
But she wasn't even in the movie. Basically,
yeah, basically, she's more like a memory.
Like 2 lines.
She was just flashback scenes.
I don't know. I didn't really enjoy the character too much. Her character, I didn't really enjoy it. I mean,
plus some of these powers are weak. Like I guess
hers was super weak. I feel like
eventually they showcased. Like at first, when I first saw all these guys' powers, I thought like, what makes these guys so special? They're Like the Avengers could take him on easily, but then towards the end, you get to see them fight, and boy, do you get to see them fight.
Well, they also have internal power. Like they never run out. Basically, that's what their thing is.
But their powers overall are not that great, except for Icarus, who has like everything.
Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, Ajax just the ability to heal. What's her name? I'm trying.
Cersei?
The one who becomes a new leader.
Oh, yeah.
So she's able just to turn matter into different forms.
Which is that's actually a really cool power.
That is, but how is that going to be useful on like living organisms? How is she going to be able to fight Captain America?
She killed a Celestial with it.
She took the ability from him. That they had the same power, remember? Because the Celestial gave portions of his power to her, and that's why she was able to kill another Celestial. But someone like Captain America or Iron Man, she has no. Well, Iron Man she could probably be because iron's it's made out of.
Probably turn the suit into something else.
One of the deviants into a tree.
So she
that's
can
also
turn
made
living
out
matter.
of his. That's also made out of his ability. Because he even said he made the deviants to like make him evolve.
To kill off all the predators, but they themselves became predators.
Yeah, so I'm trying to point out the reason why she was able to kill the Celestial is because herself is part Celestial.
I don't think that's truly the reason why her power worked the way it did.
As
long as it exists, she can transform it. I think.
No, but she even said it herself. She cannot affect living organisms.
Agree to disagree.
She even said it in the movie.
Agree to disagree.
Remember the guy that she fell in love with? She's like, "Can you turn me into a giraffe?" No, because I cannot affect living organisms. He even told her, he's like, "Why can't you turn me into a giraffe?"
So she wouldn't have any effect on any of the humans. Well, I guess because the Celestial didn't really intend for her to mess with humans.
That probably is the reason why. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about the scene that we've all been alluding to. Icarus killing Ajax. So, set on his path and loyalty towards the Celestial, Icarus kills Ajax after learning about her plan. She was tired of all the death and wanted to leave the cycle. But Icarus believed in the Celestial more than his companions, killing her and feeding her to the deviants. It's a powerful scene because we see the secret that's been eating away at Icarus. It also leaves the audience wondering if his reason was justified.
I don't think so.
That's where the moral dilemma is. Basically, they're both in the right. First, you either sacrifice one planet, which is filled with like 8 billion people, and create billions and billions, maybe trillions more lives out there.
I think they said billions.
Well, yes, but each one will eventually create more and more and more. But they're not. Either side is not in the wrong here. One is just trying to do. They're all trying to do what's natural. One is trying to create more life. One is trying to just live their life the way there is, the way that it is. So
I think the reason why it was so hard for Ajax is I think she actually grew to like the planet, just like the
Cersei.
Yeah,
Cersei.
Yeah,
now
that's probably why I feel like it was a struggle for her to actually want, because she's been doing it for millions of years. The rest of those other planets, I guess they didn't really grow an attachment.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Now, one thing I will say though
she might have found love.
Bad on their part is the fact that they're trying to warn other Celestials now to do the exact same thing. Let the other Celestials make up their mind. Like, they made up their own mind to save this planet. If the other Celestials want to do that, let them do that on their own. All right?
Well, they're just trying to inform them. That's all.
They found out themselves. And if they make the same decision, let them make that. Don't go and change the other minds of other Celestials by force, basically. That's what I feel like they're about to do. And that's not up to them to decide.
All right? Yeah. That is a true statement, but there's only one Celestial that really knows it all.
It's their
the leader.
I believe all Celestials do this, but this is just Celestial that we are
assigned to.
We're working with. So
yeah, I liked that. All the heroes were like not on the same team. Like you got I forget his name, but the Bollywood actor.
Oh,
he was like, him.
Dude was my
favorite character.
Dude was jacked.
He's like, I really don't believe in this, guys. I'm just gonna sit this one out.
He was more jacked than the Superman.
Yeah, that's true.
But then he left. He was just like
that's what I'm saying. He's like, I don't believe in this, guys. I'm just gonna sit this one out. I don't feel right about doing this.
I was kind of disappointed by his power.
Really? Oh yeah, he just shot little fireballs.
Like he was super jacked, and he just shot cannons basically out of his head.
And he took forever to charge up his special move.
Yeah. I was
It's like
hoping
the
he would get
spirit
like,
bomb. He's like,
I was hoping he would get like a super strength power instead. Like let him be Icarus instead.
Oh, that would be cool if we got to see a face off.
I think his name is Kingo. I don't know how.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Kingo.
Kingo, yeah. Then that guy, yeah. I liked his. I don't know. I liked his power though.
Yeah, he was probably one of my favorite characters
His
too.
is just a gun.
He's a funny dude.
My
The whole
favorite
movie.
character ended up being Droog. I hated him
Droog?
at first, like everything about him, but his power was super overpowered, and the amount of self control he had to not just enslave the entire human race and make it so basically they won't evolve because he just says like, you know, we're not going to do this. No more conflict, no more evolution, basically.
But then he also takes their free will away.
Yes, that's exactly it. So he only does that with a little small colony. You could
Yeah.
say.
Well, I know he said why he stopped. I don't get why he still stopped.
Stop what?
Stop himself from taking all over all the humans' minds.
Because basically he had enough self-control to know that he's not supposed to interfere with the humans.
If he had messed too much, I think the Celestial would have came and been like,
Probably.
what the heck's going on here?
Like what they did at
Because
the
Yeah.
in this case, they needed wars because wars led to advancements. So the more conflict there are, the more advancements we get. And the faster the human race advanced here, the faster that the Celestial would
I don't know how to
rise
say
up.
that one internal's name. The one who was advanced in technology.
Oh, right.
I have their all
I forgot
pulled
his
up.
name as well.
It starts with a P.
it's not showing it here.
It's
His name is
the father, dude.
yeah.
The
Where?
father.
Oh, this Brian Fastos?
Yeah,
Fastos, yes.
That's how you say it. Yeah,
I liked him.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was cool. I mean, another reason why I think humanity advanced so quickly was because of him. Remember?
Yeah,
That's one reason, yes.
That's an issue I had with the movie. I'm like, so a lot of human achievement has been because of him. It's like kind of takes away from humanity.
I think he was like the Hephaestus of that team.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because he one who controlled the ship, which I was surprised that they were able to leave in the ship without him being there.
Yeah, he controlled the ship. He created the atomic bomb. He created.
At least he realized what he did was wrong when the atomic bomb went off.
Yeah.
in Hiroshima and all that. He
But-
realized it was bad, and he basically said, you know what, I'm done. And now he just fixes bicycles for his kid.
Well, that and he soups up his house.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
honestly, he wants to protect his family, so I understand why he did what he did. But
Can't protect him if the
at
kid
least
leaves.
the downside is he realized what he was doing was wrong too early.
What's your
I'm
opinion?
too late.
Nate?
I mean, feel
All
free to
I
jump
could
in.
think about is how you pronounce Hiroshima.
Oh.
Hiroshima.
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 All right. So some thoughts I had while watching the movie is we certainly have to meet and care for these characters. What was different about about Marvel from all the other studios is they always introduce their character before teaming them up. Like, you know, you got Captain America movie, Iron Man movie before you got the Avengers movie.
Yep. This movie failed in that aspect, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They did a good job with, like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job with, Star-Lord,
Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy. They did a good job with that. I think they did that just right. You had good comedy and good action, and the team eventually came together at the end. They did a very good job. In this case, they just all of a sudden were a team. And
Because
Yeah.
they were created.
I get that they
So-
were created, but the love interest started off right after they woke up. Icarus and Cersei met up that moment and just, oh yeah.
They're like,
'Cause they
so
still-
what do
I-
you think of this new planet? And then they're having sex.
I bet they
Yeah,
still.
that was such a weird scene.
I bet they just still had portions or quarters of what their old lives were,
Maybe, but I don't think so.
but not as bad as
Icarus
Athena.
maybe, actually.
Yeah.
Because remember, Athena fixed herself once she gets stabbed by the villain in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Icarus, I think, actually did hold a lot of his memories because he obviously, his loyalty was to an extreme, I think. And I think that's because he had some of his memories still compared to the others.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if his memories are actually erased. I feel like Ajax and then Icarus was supposed to be the next one. in
Yeah,
line,
probably. Yeah.
she
Because
would've died.
Everyone did look to Icarus as the leader. They're like, what do you think we should do, Icarus? He's like,
Because he
I'm
was
not the leader,
strongest
guys.
one.
Yeah,
Because
but-
he was the strongest one.
Well, no, it's because I honestly believe that he was supposed to be the next
Yeah.
one. But
He
then
was.
Ajax is like, no, I don't
She's
want to do
like,
this anymore.
actually, I'm changing the plans. We're gonna stop the
That's
birth.
exactly what happened. I feel like. Yeah, you're right.
He's like, what the heck?
And then he's like, that's not what the Celestial want, so let's just kill you now. And
Right.
kills her. And then Ajax like, I'm not giving you the ability to have the free like control over the whole
Team.
team.
Yeah.
And then pass it on to the next best person, which is
Cersei.
Cersei.
How could she pass it on after her death, though?
I don't know.
Well, maybe
Because the I think the core that was in her is not like, I think she had it's like a program in a sense.
It's
like,
only activated with the right person, maybe.
It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
like she before she died, I bet she had it set to the next person already. Because it's not something, and like just like how you seen with Platos, I don't know his name.
Fastos.
Fastos, when he takes it out, she allows him to take it out.
That's true.
He couldn't purposely take it out unless she said, "Yeah, you can go ahead." And
That's
she
true.
like calmly opened her mind and let him take it out to make the rings.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
So
I guess that kind of solves that question.
That's probably why
The next question I had was, so the Eternals made all the technological advances in humans. I already said that. It kind of undermines human accomplishment.
It does. It really
It
does.
just shows how dumb we are.
It's like, yo, I made this engine. They're too dumb for that.
I think
Just give them plow.
I think Tony Stark and Shuri will give Fastos a run for his money.
Yeah, that's
though.
what I'm saying. It's like these two are geniuses and they create their own tech, and now we're supposed to believe that like Fastos helped them make that tech.
I think he helped create most of the stuff that led to Tony Stark and Shuri being able to work with all that tech and all that. So
You know how wild it would be if they worked together, though. Like if
They'd be an
if
unstoppable
they
team.
actually helped in the fight with Thanos, because they were on Earth.
Oh,
They
yeah.
watched everyone disappear, but they themselves could not because
They're not really beings.
they're not really beings. Plus, they're part of like the Celestial,
Celestial,
so they can
yeah.
never disappear, even if Thanos could.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Which is wild. I didn't know that Thanos was an Eternal too. Or
he has a strong connection to the Eternals. Yes.
when I was reading an article, he said he was part Eternal, but
Yes.
he also got infected by the Deviant blood.
So that's why he looks so
That's
monstrous.
why he looks that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deviant blood.
But technically, he is an Eternal. So that's why it was so. That's why I don't think he could have killed any of the
I
Eternals.
knew I was right about the whole Eternals, that him having a strong connection, because I could have sworn I read about it a long time ago. I was like, is that still true? Am I correct? And then
This
his
movie
brother
pretty much
shows up.
confirmed
Yeah,
it,
Confirmed
yeah.
it. I was like, yeah, I knew I was right.
That's why Star Fox, the new character that got introduced, was I'm Thanos' brother, or
He's
the,
like,
the
and he
little
looks
goblin
humans.
dude. Yeah, the little
Oh,
goblin
yeah.
dude. Then
I was like,
this
who the
is
heck is
Thanos'
this dude?
brother.
I didn't like his suit at all.
No.
He was too happy-go-lucky, in my opinion.
Well, I think the reason why that suit, the way the suit was designed, because when I was, like I said, I was reading up on it while I was in the movie theater. He actually follows Captain Marvel. He follows her around the universe, actually, and helps her.
So they team up
They're-
together.
they're team up.
There's one connection right there. And based on what you just said, we might get Captain Marvel because of that connection.
Well,
now.
based off
Captain Marvel
don't forget,
2.
based off of Shang-Chi, it even shows that she's probably going to be back
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
because
But
of
still.
the rings. Do you think because the 10 rings? Do you think it's correlate with this movie in a sense?
I'm more curious about what's going on with the Ten Rings because I want to see what's going on because that obviously predates everything.
That's before a lot of things. Cause
Yeah,
Actually,
before the
that's
Eternals
not-
and everything.
No, I don't think it's before the Eternals. I think it's during the Eternals. I think the Eternals have something to do with that.
Maybe.
Because remember, they're back. They're
We'll have
Well,
to find out about that in
right.
future movies.
Well, guess what? They'll tie it all together. I also was wondering, since the Aztecs were saved, what does Earth's Mexico look like if Druk saved the Aztecs? Remember, they were in the burning village,
Oh yeah.
and then Druk was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stop this right now." So
Maybe
it's
it
like,
was destroyed enough where like
it's normal like today.
it was just destroyed enough where it looks like today, and he just saved what's left.
but in this timeline, like all the Aztecs' gold and stuff was looted, and
Yeah.
if he took over their mind, it would have never been all taken.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
But what if it was Makari who took it all back to the ship? Remember how that ship had like everything in it, like from every era. It was a lot of loot when they opened up their spaceship.
so you're saying she stole the gold and
She probably,
She probably relocated into the ship,
to make it like normal
into
times.
the guy's workspace. He's like, "What are you doing with all this shit in my workspace?" And she's just like,
Another thing,
I just
there's
have it.
one thing I don't like about this movie, and that's because it doesn't show how it leads into like future movies, except for the movie being self-explanatory in that way. Like, you know how end credits normally allude
set
to
up
like
the next movie.
The next movie, yeah. But in this case, I feel like they're setting up a standalone superhero instead of
with the Knight character.
Yeah, with the Black Knight.
The very, very, very end.
Which I'm excited
Wait,
for
who's the
because
Black Knight?
I don't know.
Black Knight was Cersei's boyfriend.
Yeah, but they didn't have,
He's
like what?
he's
not too special. He's just like super strong.
he was a knight. It's the blade that does most of
Yeah.
the work. The blade basically corrupts the darkness inside of a person and uses that as its strength.
They don't have him as a movie yet, do they?
No, they don't.
That's
I'm
probably
sure
why
they're
they're
gonna
set
make one.
Soon,
yeah,
probably.
they're setting up a standalone character at this point, so they're not setting up like a big threat for the next movie. Like, you know how in the first Avengers movie, at the end of the end credits, we got to see Thanos at the end of that first Avengers movie. We didn't get to see something like that where they're setting up the big bad.
I'll say this right now: is the guy who told him don't do it was that Nick Fury?
I almost thought it was, but it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like Nick Fury.
I almost thought it was.
I feel like it might be. I don't know.
It
No.
doesn't sound like him.
I don't think it's Nick Fury, but if we do get Black Knight, we might see more Avengers because Black Knight did work for the Avengers. At one point, he did fight against the Avengers at one point as well. But the power from Black Knight derives from the sword, though. So the sword corrupts. So if you can't handle that, you're gonna be bad.
Ooh.
And that's
Guess we'll see.
why you heard the sword talk the way it did.
Yeah.
The sword talked,
Yeah,
the sword was talking to him.
to him. It was trying to corrupt him, right? Right. There was.
but he looked
that
behind
means,
him.
That means there's a.
Oh, the sword wasn't the one saying to not do it.
That
The sword
means-
was trying to call to him.
Oh yeah, because it had the little whispers. I guess.
Yeah.
That means this guy, Kit Harington, who was playing the Black Knight, already has some kind of deep darkness inside of him that the sword is speaking to, which I wonder what that is.
Do you guys watch? Have you guys seen Agent of Shields or no?
No, I've
Not
not.
all of it.
I'm watching it right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not too far into the show. Like, the only person that I know is super far, Scott, or maybe you, Aleksey. I don't know.
Season 3.
Yeah, that's where he's at. He's actually a little. I think he's almost done season 3, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I think the show, like the Agent of Shield, if you watch that, it could kind of fill in some of the
It
answers.
fills in stuff only for the from phase 1 through 3.
Yeah, but isn't this still end of 3?
No.
This is
No,
all
we're in
phase
phase
4?
4. Yeah, we're in phase 4. I think the end of 3 was Black Widow.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite moment in the film was Cersei not being in the right. I love how the ending is different depending on the perspective of the viewer. Cersei wishes to save humanity from a celestial birth, but in turn, she's ruining the potential of billions of other life forms from being born. It's a moral dilemma that the team is split on. We see the heroes not even sure which is actually the hero. They all believe in their reasons, and I really appreciate Marvel moving away from the good guy versus bad guy stories.
Yeah, I really like this as well. Through the entire movie, it's like, who's actually in the right and who's actually in the wrong here? Like, you couldn't decide unless you stood still. I thought they should have let the planet die. I thought in order to create more lives, this planet should go. I understand that if Earth went down, that means we were not gonna, that's the end of the MCU, basically.
Yeah,
But
that's the issue with...
that would be the issue. But I still think if I was in their position, I would have been on Icarus' side. I would have said the planet has to go so that more lives can be born in the
I
future.
don't know. That's hard to say, actually. I don't know if it would be the end of the MCU. Because, like I said, this could be in a different timeline.
I don't think that's the case.
Because are you telling me in the new Spider-Man movie, when it comes
They
out,
might allude to it, yeah.
they might show
A giant hand.
Yeah, the giant hand and the face in the sky and everything.
Although the Spider-Man movie might still be a part of Phase 3 because this is the last Spider-Man movie we're going to get in the MCU unless they make another contract. So once this movie's done, I don't think he's going to show up again unless they make that
Which it
renewed
sounds
contract.
like, when you guys talking about this earlier, they don't sound like they're going to make it on
I
the
don't
They
think
might
so.
not, no. So
I think
that's
Sony
why
wants
we
Spider-Man
have,
back.
that's why, like, if they do allude to it, it'll be through Doctor Strange's perspective at the end of the movie because Spider-Man will be done after this.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Because I mean, we still have that one Marvel movie that's coming out that for the end of this year, which is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to say. If this is actually, I don't know, this takes place. If this
It's
takes
gonna be
place in
weird.
this same timeline, it's
They
just-
might allude to it. So if they do, that'll give us more to talk about.
What do you get? Where was your guys' favorite moments in the film?
This is great. It's the entire fight scene towards the end where they're fighting against Icarus and all that.
Oh, really?
yeah.
That was my least favorite.
What do you mean? That was such a cool fight, dude.
I think he's talking about the
when
Makari.
Makari,
Yeah.
When Icarus was like basically body slammed. What's his name?
Icarus?
No. When Icarus body slammed Druid into the ground, and then Makari went
She get hammed
on her.
On him.
Like he could not keep up with her. She was just hitting him from everywhere, constantly. Like I did not expect such savagery from her. And then Fastos comes in and says, "I've been waiting to clip your wings for a while," and he did just that. It was such
Until he breaks through.
Yes, but it was still such a savage scene.
How did he break through? That's what I was questioning.
To me, I wrote it. It was the Justice League versus Superman versus Justice League. So it was like
yeah,
Icarus
But
versus
better.
the Eternals. The scene felt straight out of the Justice League movie.
but better.
Because it was Superman versus Wonder Woman, Flash, and Cyborg. That's basically what happened in this movie.
I don't know if it was better.
It
I've
wasn't
never seen the movie.
It was
but
definitely better.
I can see that, and I just
Which in this case was, Icarus, Thena, Fastos, and Makari. Except to me, it just felt like a ripoff.
To me, I enjoy it. I think it was better than the actual fight scene from Justice League.
you're
I
talking
thought
about
it
a
was-
4-hour long movie, right? Justice
yeah.
League.
Well, they were in both.
Both of
movies,
them.
but
They-
I still think this is the better version.
don't-
This was cooler. They
I can
used
see
their
it
powers
though.
better.
I can see what Eddie's saying. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it's better though.
I think it is.
I don't know. I don't like it
The
as
scene
much.
just like because I kept on looking down on these characters right through the entire movie. I felt like these guys are not that strong. How are they being heralded as these like godly beings just because they're old? Their powers aren't anything special. But then they go and show this scene where they go crazy against Icarus, which is like the Superman of this universe, I guess. And it is just it's a powerful scene to me. Okay, it just does everything right there. Okay.
Who do you think is faster?
Flash
The
or
Flash, or
Flash
Makari?
is probably
Flash
faster.
can
Flash
travel in
can
time.
travel. Yeah, he can travel through time.
I don't think Makari can.
No,
She
probably
didn't-
not.
She didn't say how fast she can really run though. At the same time,
That's true. Maybe she.
If she
didn't-
was connected to the Celestial directly, like what Cersei was, she probably could do something crazy with her speed, but that's about it.
Did you hit your arm?
Yeah, she fixed his leg from falling.
But yeah, so that's my favorite scene is that fight scene right there.
What about you, Javi?
my favorite scene is Miligash. I don't know how to say his name.
Gilgamesh.
Oh,
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Yeah, when they introduce him. I
Oh,
love
when
that
he's
he was in it.
cooking the.
Yeah, he's like, "You want a pie?" And they're like,
Yes.
"Ajax dead."
I didn't like that scene.
I
Actually.
love
It
that.
felt-
I
that was
love
funny
that
scene.
scene.
It
That
felt
was-
fake.
Felt fake to you?
Yeah.
I love that.
Dang,
I just,
I liked it.
Like they
That was my
tried to make it funny, but it was supposed to be a serious moment. Like, oh yeah, our leader died. Pie falls.
well, I mean,
Marvel isn't trying to
think
be
the
100%
audience.
serious though.
Yeah, I think the audience felt the same way because we didn't really get to meet Ajax all the way, so it's
That's
like,
true.
so it's like we can make a joke about it since the audience doesn't like fully care about her
it
yet.
still felt fake to me.
But also, yeah, it was funny the scene where he's like, "Oh yeah, I fermented the beer with my spit."
That was a good scene.
like that, like his whole
Can you
scene
get rid of this
for like
spit beer out of here?
for that whole 5 minutes with that, just him in that whole scene. That was
pretty good.
That's
yeah.
my favorite part in the whole movie, to be honest. The
It's pretty
fight,
great.
the fight scenes were all pretty good. Like the end fight scene, like Aleksey. That other than that, like that would be like the next runner up.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly, all his scenes with him in the house and Athena, I think I loved it. I didn't like how, like, again, I don't think, like you guys said, Angeline, that's her name, right?
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I don't think she played too well as Athena. It didn't seem like she.
Athena?
Yeah, she didn't seem as I don't know.
Every
Maybe I'm
ti-
just reading too much into it, but she didn't seem as passionate about
She
it.
didn't have a big role either, so she had to play this like
Like
warrior
lost-
god.
It might,
Lost
yeah, it
War,
might
so-
also be because her character's so serious, so she
Yeah.
can't be like.
There's a cool fact about her for this movie, though. She helped Lauren Ridloff, she's the deaf one.
Mm-hmm.
So behind the scenes, like, there's a lot of shots where they're facing away from the camera, so she wouldn't know like when to turn around and stuff, or like when the scene is starting. So Angelina Jolie, had the idea that they should use a laser pointer to get her attention. So I think that like behind the scenes, she really cared about the movie and like her co-stars, but just the character that
Was
she's
holding her
playing.
back.
Yeah.
One thing I like, one thing I
nice of her,
couldn't
though.
help but notice throughout the movies, every time she played, like I saw her and she did that smirk, all I saw was Maleficent, the character she plays.
Maleficent was actually a good movie that I really enjoyed.
That's why.
I've never seen that. I've never seen the movie.
I recommend it.
I know because she's the main girl, right?
She's the villain, yeah.
Yeah.
Maleficent.
I could see her. I could
But
see
that's
it.
all I see whenever she does that smirk. That's all I see. I can't help it.
What was your favorite moment, May?
I liked when they showed Makari in the ship with like all her treasures around her.
Scene.
Yeah,
I just think
Makari's
that
a dope
like,
character.
she's really chill and she's cute.
I like the
And, like,
nod. Okay, sorry.
The guy that controls people.
Oh,
Druig.
Druig.
Yeah, I liked when they were getting close and like.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I forgot about
It's
that.
a nice little romance.
Yeah.
They had a little. They're like, since when is this a thing? This is gross.
It's definitely better than Icarus and Cersei. It's a better romance connection
their
because you
romance is
actually
kinda
like
whack.
you like them. I hated this Cersei and Icarus romance scene, especially when like first 10 minutes they're having sex right off the bat. It's like, can you not?
That
add
was
this?
Marvel's first sex scene too.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Well,
why
I mean,
did they need to add that?
It's not like their first 10 minutes. Like in the movie, yeah.
It's literally probably the first 10 minutes.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, as a movie perspective, yeah, the first 10 minutes, you guys are already bumping ugly. But like, in that whole timeline, it was like, I don't know, wasn't like 200-300 years.
It was a long time.
Yeah,
still.
but yeah, I don't know. I agree with Alexi. That relationship was kind of.
It was unnecessary. I didn't think they did not need to add that scene to the movie at all.
You know, I was kind of confused, but why did Druid and Icarus switch items in that scene when we go, like, you run into Makari, like when they go into the ship, and then they Icarus had the little tablet or whatever,
Yeah.
the marble tablet, and then
The tablet was because Makari
That's what she was looking for.
Found it, and so basically that was Druig's excuse to like go to talk to Makari, and Icarus obviously wanted the Twinkies, so
because it was funny. Literally, he had picked up a Twinkie, and the other guy and he looked at each other like, "Give me this shit."
He's like, let's trade, bro. You got what we want. All right, what was your guys' least favorite moments in the movie?
yeah, I already told you it was the sex scene. Like it was so.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see the sex scene not being needed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might have been
that's
the
one thing
first time, but like, I don't think it was needed. I think
Yeah.
if they're gonna throw a sex scene in anything, it would have been like Iron Man, like the second or third.
Oh,
Iron Man
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Between him and
had
Pepper.
a first sex scene in the very first movie.
No way. Him and Pepper? When?
No. You know that weird reporter in the very first Iron Man movie? The
Oh.
reporter?
I think so, yeah.
That was their first sex scene.
That was well. I mean,
I think
it is
this
the
one
first
showed
movie.
more than that
Yes.
one, though.
Yeah.
But this one felt like it was more of a love kind of sex scene. I'm saying if they're gonna do something like that,
Fake love.
I would say if they're gonna do something like that, it should have been Iron Man,
Mm-hmm.
or at the end of like, I'm trying to think, is it not Infinity War, but Endgame? No, I think it is Infinity War
For what?
for like a sex scene, or the start of Infinity War when Iron Man's still alive and
Him and Pepper get
Yeah.
engaged or something.
they already have a house with the kid and
Yeah.
everything. I think if they're gonna do something like that,
I would not have wanted to see that.
No, I'm saying if they're gonna do something like the beginning of a movie,
I get what you're saying, though.
that's when it should have been. Not like these new characters that we don't give a fuck about. They're just throwing out there, and it's just like, oh, look at that, they're in love.
Yeah.
They're in love, but it doesn't show that because he leaves for like what 5,000 years.
Yeah, they didn't really fully explain why either.
Well,
I think they're just trying to
No, they did.
solidify the.
What was it?
remember how when Ajax says, "Okay, live your own life, break up." As soon as everyone left, and Icarus was left alone with Ajax told him the truth.
Oh, and
Yep,
he didn't want to hang out with anybody
Yeah,
anymore.
well, because he felt like that was wrong.
He was going to tell people.
Yeah, and
Oh.
he's like, I can't do this. I can't be with her if I know I know this, because then I'm gonna tell her, and then she's gonna tell everyone else, and then they're gonna stop the evolution for it to grow.
Mhm.
But like I said, then Ajax grows to love the humanity.
Yeah.
Grows to actually like, I can see why the Avengers saved this world and wanted to correct the wrong,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah, she wanted to save humanity.
she just felt like it needs to stop. The cycle just needs to stop now.
What are your guys' least favorite moments? I already said mine, which was
Yeah.
the sex scene.
I think you agreed with him, right?
Yeah, I think it's a sex scene. I don't think it needed
What
to be
was
added.
yours, May?
Mine was the first end credit scene, but I think I reconsidered it after some of the talk earlier.
Oh, about the Black Knight?
No,
Or-
the first one with
The
Harry
with Harry-
Styles.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Star
Because I
Fox.
was thinking of like Thanos is this big guy, and then
You see him.
Harry Styles is just like a regular human. But then you guys were talking about how
He's an Eternal.
yeah, so that's why Thanos looks the way he does.
Because he's part. It's
That's
weird.
why he was
Yeah.
disowned from the family.
It's so weird that he's part part Internal, part deviant.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. I'm like, what?
That's probably how he's so like freaking powerful, dude. He's
That
got
would
both their-
explain it, yeah.
Well, he's so powerful because I think he has the same strength as Gilgamesh. Like
Yeah.
that
Oh.
I
ability.
don't think it's that level because Gilgamesh was just
Remember, they're all
flattening
copies.
everything.
Remember, they're all copies, and they're all ruled by that one celestial. In that universe, for that exact universe, they're all copies. And I don't believe because they didn't say Thanos is from a different universe, does he?
No, he's from the same multiverse.
Yeah. So if you think about it, that means they all copies of the same thing. It's just with his character, I feel like he was probably since he got infected with
Deviant.
And that's where he got his own like personality, basically.
yeah. That's what I read.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it makes sense to me now a lot better too. For me, my least favorite scene was, we already talked about it, the fight between Icarus and the rest of the crew.
I think you're wrong.
I don't know. To me, it was like a ripoff of Justice League. I like that movie.
I hate the comparison because they mentioned DC one time and now we make those connections to this movie.
Okay, but it's right in your face. You got Superman fighting Wonder Woman and Cyborg and Flash.
what would be your next least favorite scene, May? I know we debunked your first one now, but what would be your next one? Because there's a lot of this movie that I feel like wasn't as good.
There's a lot could be taken out too.
Yeah.
It's not really a scene, but I don't like the Celestials, like the way that they look.
Oh, you just don't like their character design?
They look like the Iron Giant or something.
That's
That is true.
yeah.
Alexi, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All of them too, because they're all.
I got-
when he shows all of them.
I got Power Rangers vibes from this movie as well.
Power Rangers.
I can
Like
see
they're
that.
different color suits. One is blue, one is red, green.
Well, I looked
Power
at
Rangers,
it,
man.
and the Celestials the Eternals, or their costume design is pretty similar to the comic books.
Really?
But
Yeah,
still,
that's what I
I'm
saw.
sure you guys can see the whole Power Rangers vibe. They got the weird. They have the Celestial in the center, and then there's a circle where they all come on. If you saw the Power Rangers movie that came out in 2018, they have a very similar situation there.
I've never seen the Power Rangers movies now.
The live action. Yeah, I didn't watch that one either. I remember we were going to,
It's
but
not
then I
bad.
didn't watch
It's not
it.
Well, I think the colors kind of just help with like
Different,
personalities and stuff. Like I don't know, like with Power Rangers, like I think like the pink one's my favorite because it's pink. Like, favorite color.
My favorite color for Power Rangers is the blue one. It's always been the blue one.
I like the Red Ranger.
You want to be the leader of all
Heck
of us.
yeah, dude. That's why I'm the host. All right. What is
What about you, Alexi?
I don't really care for Power Rangers.
He's the green.
Even though you brought it up.
Bro,
I like the
he's the
movie
green
that
one.
came
You're
out
the
in
blue
2018.
one.
No, he's the green one. He's the green one.
He's the green one.
Because the green one's the one with the
I'm the
intellect.
lame one.
The green one's the one with the intellect.
Oh, I'm not that smart, bro.
Well, it varies because all the Power Rangers, it's either the green or blue that have the intellect.
Different incarnations.
Besides the different one that's black.
All right, we'll talk about Power Rangers some other time. What is your guys' final rating for Eternals?
I still think it's an 8. Solid 8. Just no higher, no lower.
Okay.
Because it got me
That's a
to look into other characters on my own without me having to just so I keep up with the
MCU.
MCU, and I'm forced to look at it. I actually was curious about the character they were in. I'm going to give it up to a 7.5 because I want to know more about Black Knight and stuff like that.
I think I'll sit at an 8 as well. There's not too much I disliked about this movie.
I'm still at a 7 because Shang-Chi was a lot better, and I didn't
Yeah, I agree with
feel
that.
much of a connection to any of these characters.
Shang-Chi's honestly a 10 out of 10 movie to think about it now.
Did we talk about what we would want to cut out of the movie?
Yeah, those are our least favorite stuff.
Okay.
All right. So let's look at some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave an 8 out of 10. A vastly different entry to the MCU, but one that took me for a ride. It's impressive feel to take on a 10 lead character based film. It's another thing to make you care about every single one of them. Chloe Zhao has already shown us her talent with smaller films, and it's even more telling on the massive MCU scale that she's here to stay. It's hard to say what the best 2021 MCU film is at this point, but Eternals has certainly made its stamp on me. I had a blast.
Not the best.
That
Yeah, I don't-
Chloe is the director, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
saw a lot of people online saying that she isn't connected to Marvel like the way a Marvel director should be. So then maybe that's why like it's harder for us
feels
to
weird.
connect. Yeah.
That's so wild. You know how
That
old
would
she
make
is?
sense.
How old is she?
She's only 15, guys. She directed this movie.
Wait, what?
She's only 15 years old.
No way.
She was born in 2006.
2006. I don't believe it. Really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Chloe
right there.
Zhao. Oh, that's a different one.
That's not her.
Oh, that's not her. I was like, whoa.
No, she is young though, but I don't think she's that young.
No, I doubt they're ever gonna have a director that young.
Why not? Why are you judging? Why are you?
Because this is a big.
They're not gonna leave.
19. She's 39 right now.
Yeah,
so
they're not gonna leave such a big production to a young person like that.
All right, this Metacritic reviewer gave an 80 out of 100. While Eternals has most of the benchmark of a Marvel movie, Zaho's sprawling superhero epic is unlike anything the MCU has produced before. He's straight chilling. He wants to sleep on my arm for some reason. Makes it hard to hold my phone.
He's just trying to take a nap.
Yeah, he's trying to nap all the time. This Rotten Tomato audience member gave it a 4 out of 5. Some God of War stuff in this movie. That's my favorite comment.
I mean, they're not wrong.
I was hoping Jesus was here because he knows the most about God of War.
Yeah, I played God of War 2.
Yeah, I know. You played a little bit. You didn't finish
I
it, did
finished
you?
it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of God of War movies.
But
Guys, I'm guessing they're referencing the mythology.
yeah, this mythology. I wouldn't say God of War. I would say just Greek mythology in general.
Yeah. All right, this Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a rotten. While it delivers the action and eye candy, Eternals is middling Marvel.
It's like I said, they're just saying great, not good, not great.
Yeah, they're like, this isn't to the standard Marvel usually holds
No,
itself
it's
to.
not.
They just had a lot to do with it.
It doesn't have the Marvel magic.
That's the thing. I feel like if they would have made it 3 hours long, like Infinity War.
No, please, God, no. I could not have sat through that thing.
No, but I'm saying if they made it 3 hours long, I felt like they could have maybe messed with it a little bit better.
Maybe, yeah.
I also think it's just going to be harder in general for these movies because we're not as familiar with all these new characters.
Yeah, because this is
That
a
is
whole
true,
new.
yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, not many people were familiar with the Avengers before. Like, only people who, like, read the comics or watched cartoons. Now it's, like, so mainstream that you could ask any, like, person on the street. It's like, hey, do you like Iron Man? They're like, heck yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Iron Man was the first one.
Yeah,
then
but
you
like
got
20 years ago, you would have asked the same question. Hey, do you like Iron Man? No, I don't watch comics. He's stupid.
Well, those are the staple characters, so it's easy to pick up on who they are and stuff like that. But like when it comes to the Eternals or the Celestials, I've looked up stuff about the Celestials. Right, I found it very, very difficult to grasp what they're all about. It's very high-end cosmic entity stuff, and it's like they broke off from the cosmic entity that created everything.
If you kill the Celestial that owns that universe, does that mean that
No.
universe goes as well?
No,
It just stops. I think the
It stops
birth just
growing,
stopped.
basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
So eventually it'll die,
Hmm.
just like our universe will. Okay.
This is kind of deep now.
took a dark turn
Well, I'm just saying because we don't have a celestial to keep birthing
that
stars.
we know
so-
of.
Well, science has improved such a thing.
Oh, we are growing fast now, so we might.
The government might know, they're just not telling us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Elon Musk already
check
made a
the
ship to go fly into space.
Check out our previous podcast. If you've enjoyed this one so far, we upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out the Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. Yo, what is up, everybody? We're back getting to the spoiler-free review of Pacific Rim. May is sitting this one out because she didn't watch the movie, but she will join us for the content we've seen this week.
Okay.
All right. So, I was talking to the audience. You already know the situation.
Oh, did I? I didn't know about the last part, actually.
Well, like, it was funny how he said it because I wish I would even take a picture of that moment on his face. His face was like, okay. So
All right. All right, let's get to the spoiler-free review for Pacific Rim. Released July 12th of 2013, starring Idris Elba, Charlie Hunnam, and Rinko Kikuchi. Directed by Guillermo del Toro, rated PG-13. Plot summary. As a war between humankind and monstrous sea creatures wages on, a former pilot and a trainee are paired up to drive the seemingly obsolete special weapon in a desperate effort to save the world from an apocalypse. What is you guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers?
One thing I'm gonna say right now, this is a Aleksey movie. He's highly suggested,
so
he's going to have the highest hopes out of all of us.
Yeah, this is one of his favorite movies.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why he likes it, and like most of us, we like honestly don't hate the movie. We can enjoy this movie.
I love this movie.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those movies where, it's a simple plot, straightforward characters. It's the action and the aesthetics.
I love action.
You enjoy.
We're saying our ratings or our thoughts before the
Your
movie.
thoughts, your overall thoughts without getting into spoilers.
Like I said, obviously you know what Aleksey's thought is. He loves it. I think the movie. No, I'm not gonna lie. I like the movie a lot too. I've seen this movie like 8-9 times.
Really?
I've did some stuff to get to watch it. No. In the past. But now I'm an honest, clean man. I bought the movie on YouTube, so I own the movie. I can watch it anytime, dude. My history. I think my YouTube movies. I think I have like 20 movies.
I have
on
more
YouTube.
than you, bro. I have over 50.
Yeah, but I'm just slowly buying them every time we do a movie suggest this week.
Yeah.
It's like I might buy the second one.
Do not get the second one. I swear to God, if you get the second one, I'm gonna slap you.
Oh my God.
Oh, I also bought Follow It or It Follows. I bought that.
Oh, you bought it.
I bought all the Annabelle movies, like all the Conjuring movies. I have Sing. I have all the Resident Evil movies, and I also bought Scooby Doo.
You disappoint me.
Scooby-Doo's
Scooby-Doo's good, but you still disappoint me.
Why?
Your movie choices are not good.
Well, it's just random movies that like suggest a movie, and then if it's not a thing, I'm on YouTube. I'm like,
what do you guys rate this movie out of 10 though?
I'm gonna put that thing back up. So
Okay.
Oh,
Sweet. Oh, what do you guys rate this movie? What do you rate this movie out of 10?
It's hard because it's either a 7.5 or an 8 for me. I have a hard opinion because, like I said, we'll talk about it more, but that's the reason why I have a hard like 7.5, 8 kind of vibe for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm at the same range. I'll start it at 7.5 and I'll see if it moves up.
8.5.
Probably won't move down.
Wow.
I was gonna say 8, but I moved it up to 8.5.
Like I said, this is a strong movie that
A lot of people really
You guys want to know how I ended up watching this movie? It was in 2013, so we were going on a road. My mom was going on a road trip for her ancestry stuff, and we just decided it was a rainy day. We decided to see a movie. I didn't even know this movie was coming out at all, but we just saw it in theaters one day and said, you know what, let's watch this movie. And even my mom enjoyed it when she first watched it, and like this is definitely not her type of movie. So it turned out better than I thought it would
watched
be.
it debut,
was
probably.
great.
Debut.
Because it came out in 2013, actually.
Yeah, it did.
It was just a fantastic movie. It spoke to my inner child. Big robots, man. Come on, who doesn't want to see big robots done right?
I can see that. I can see your reasoning behind that. The critics for Metascore gave it a 65 out of 100. Meanwhile, the Rotten Tomato meter is a 72%. IMDb gave it a 6.9 out of 10, and Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 77. So the average score is a 70.75.
So that's why I say it's a hard, because we're roughly right there, Eddie. Like we're like, we like the movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not. It's a little bit above. It's extremely above average. So.
Yeah, we'll get into more of the specifics. All right, before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, like, comment, subscribe, check out these guys on their social media links, and we are most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere, anytime.
Are you on Caught Guru?
Oh my God. Now with that, let's get into the spoiler-filled discussions. Let's take an in-depth review of Pacific Rim. Any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about off the bat?
So at the very start, a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy the start where they talk about like the past and how it all started up. People,
the narration,
the narration. People didn't like that. The reason is this is my first time seeing Charlie Hunnam as an actor. So I liked his role as a character. He's cool, and after this movie, I started looking forward to his other movies. But anyways, yeah, I liked his narration at the start there. It was very well done. It wasn't, I don't know, it was not bad at all. So that was a very good intro to me, and it told me what I needed to know for the rest of the movie, basically.
Yeah, it sets you up for the whole film.
It was a good setup.
Like you're talking about the brothers?
It was a good setup. Just past. Although this movie does have a lot of cliche stuff, like
that's kind of my issue with it.
Like at the start, after he brings the Jaeger back, and then skips 5 years or something like that, and then it's like, you weren't an easy person to find situation. Like,
oh yeah,
it wasn't supposed to be easy. Very cliche situation there, and then like, I guess I wasn't your first decision, first choice. It was like, you are my first choice. Very cliche situation. I'm sure you guys can agree with that, but I still enjoyed it because it was done right. You know.
Well, like I said, this movie's from 2013, so
2013. It doesn't matter. It was still a very cliche situation even before then. So it's very. It was still fun to watch.
Yeah.
Even though it had those like one-liners and stuff like that.
All right, let me set up the beginning of it then. The scene where Raleigh Beckett loses his brother. So after battling against a kaiju in their Jaeger, Yancey soon falls in combat. They underestimate the enemy. This leaves Raleigh Beckett alone and depressed. He soon leaves the Jaeger program and works in building a wall defense across the Pacific coast. I just want to point out how stupid it is to build a giant coastal wall to defend from aliens when they can keep finding the robots to fight them.
That was dumb.
This is also the first we see of the Jaegers, and they are massive.
They are really big and really cool.
I don't know that exact scene. Like, the thing that makes me upset a little bit about that scene is the fact, how do you know the brother's really dead? They don't really show. He just falls out of the Jaeger.
That's
but
true.
We
dead,
do have. Well, he's in water, dude.
He's dead.
I don't know. I feel like he could, like, if they.
He could have survived.
He wasn't surviving that. He was not surviving that.
We've jumped, like, us as humans have jumped off really high cliffs.
He didn't jump.
No, he got thrown out.
No, that boy's dead, bro.
Dude, look at that. I'm just
That
saying,
boy's
like,
dead.
They didn't really show that he really dies in a sense to me, and I felt like, because I don't think in 2 they bring him back.
A Jaeger grabbed, not Jaeger, a kaiju grabbed him out of that and threw him. You're gonna expect someone to survive being thrown at that speed from a kaiju? No,
I just don't. I don't know. I don't think he. I don't remember. I just don't remember the scene too well. I guess because I thought he just flew out.
If they were gonna bring him back, they would have done it in number 2, and number 2 was just butt.
That's why I don't know.
Yeah, this they set up the character like you were saying. Kind of to me, it felt like kind of a generic protagonist. I'm trying to open this.
He's a generic on the main character
Yeah.
type situation.
Well, yeah, because he has a deep background story.
He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, my
very
brother
deep.
was killed in combat, and now I have to take on the responsibility of saving humanity.
Let's go. There's Aaron Yeager.
Aaron Yeager. All right, the next scene I want to talk about is Raleigh versus Mako. So looking for a new Jaeger partner, Raleigh hosts tryouts. In order to his new partner to see, they must beat him in combat. This is where he sees Pentecost's hesitation to allow Mako to compete. Out of reluctance, he allows her and she kicks Raleigh's ass. This scene shows that Mako is not only intelligent, but a very skilled fighter. It also makes the audience wonder why she's being held back by Pentecost.
Well, obviously find out
Yeah.
why, but
I'm just doing it in the order it was presented. Yeah.
but I'm not a big fan of that scene actually.
Really? You
Yeah.
didn't like that?
No,
That was the only like hand-to-hand combat we really see
yeah, I didn't
in
get
the whole
that.
movie.
I'm not here to see hand-to-hand combat.
You get to see the robots.
I'm here to see the robots. Okay.
I think about now I'm just thinking about the first thing with the wall. I'm like, that is kind of dumb.
Yeah, the entire wall.
Yeah, they were like, okay, let's
The wall
stop
looks like
funding.
a promising alternative. No, it's not.
Let's stop funding these robots that are actually working, and let's start building walls.
Now,
I
if
think-
the walls were made completely out of, like, say, titanium,
That,
Then
I
it
don't
might
think there's
be-
enough titanium on the earth
Exactly,
to
exactly.
cover the whole coast.
Dude,
No,
I
they
don't
made it out
think
of
I don't
stone.
think any Earth material could have stopped
they
them.
said it took it
Probably
less
not.
than an hour to break through it. Of course, what do you expect?
All those billions of dollars they probably
Yeah,
spent.
dude, I don't think there's any type of material
Like,
that Earth could
what
have
made
stopped.
the only reason why they're doing this is because they couldn't
Yeah,
keep
they
up
could
with the
probably-
production for the Jaegers. That's the only reason why they're doing this.
Yeah, because Jaegers, once they get damaged, you gotta imagine how much more it costs to like
That's true.
repair.
But
and
it's
stuff
still
like
better.
Engineer
The
them.
Jaegers were still a better alternative than.
But they're
than the
losing
wall.
more. Remember? And
Then just
I think
get
it
better
was
fighters.
like was it midway through the movie where he talked the guy's name is Pentagon?
Pentecost, yeah.
Pentecost. Remember midway through the movie, I think he talks about how many Jaegers they started off with and
Oh,
where they're
yeah.
at then.
They just had bad
They
fighters
definitely,
at that
yeah, expanded.
Because they said
The new generation, you say, are bad fighters?
Yeah, the new generation. I mean, you saw how easily, like, obviously they are adapting to the technological advancements. So when it used the whole EMP blast,
That was just because everything was electrical at that point in time.
So they're obviously evolving. So if they just kept on staying with like the nuclear core, they would have been just fine. And that thing was kicking butt against high tier level 4 monsters. Okay, that thing was keeping up with them easily.
Isn't this okay? Here's a question: is this movie based off a game? Right?
No. I think this is his own thing.
Yeah,
Is this his own thing?
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I thought
It's just based on mecha anime
I'm
in
just
general.
saying they could have easily just kept on like nuclear dangerous obviously, but it was very powerful.
That's the reason Pentecost is sick, because he was in the nuclear reactors.
That's because he was by himself though. Now if there was 2 people there, the
he
neural
was
load
a
was
test
not as
dummy.
bad.
He was a test dummy. I
That's
think
true.
didn't his partner die too?
I don't know.
Because you know,
I don't know.
They can't. Yeah, I think it's.
They didn't say anything much about that. They just said that he was one of the only people who went
Piloted alone.
I think they said it in the
Piloted
second
alone, yeah.
movie. That's probably why.
I don't care about the second movie.
You do care. That's why you have a strong hate to it.
I hate it.
'Cause
Okay.
you've seen
Yeah.
it.
I saw it and I don't like it.
All right, and now let's talk about. We're skipping ahead here because I have some of the other moments saved. So the final kaiju battle, heading directly to the breach site. The team is armed with nuclear weapons and prepares for a hard battle. Pentecost and his partner lose their lives defeating 3 of the kaijus in order to let Mako and Raleigh save the world. After a lot of struggle and near-death experiences, they manage to defeat the kaijus and put an end to the threat. The story seems to wrap up, but I was told by Aleksey that the sequel sucks.
Yeah, the sequel's just... Yes, the story wraps up, but the second movie is literally a cash grab. It's a cash grab and not a good one.
We didn't really talk about your second part too much about with the hand-to-hand combat. Besides Aleksey.
Oh, yeah, Aleksey doesn't like it.
Aleksey just said it's not
All right, moving on.
I don't like it.
Yeah, let's just
Okay.
because we got distracted by everything else.
I get that it sets up the whole. Oh yeah, we're good together. We're in sync. That's about all it tells you. I didn't enjoy it very much though. It was. I get there wasn't very much camera work, and I appreciate that. But because of that, the entire fight seemed slow. The hand-to-hand, it felt slow because of that. But that's because they didn't have like this fancy camera work to show like to try and avoid all these obviously fake shots. So
It's so funny to think about that scene because like the opponents beforehand, they just feel like they gave up.
Yeah, they're like, all right, man,
Well,
you can
they
kick my butt.
walk up there and they just start swinging it. And then
They're like, I've never used this thing.
yeah, and then they try fighting him, and it's like, oh wow, these are all easy opponents. And then when they bring her out, it's
She's like, bruh, I got a black belt in this shit.
yeah, it's like I actually know how to use this. And then they fight, and it's like they're both equally matched.
Yeah.
But like the thing that makes me laugh about that exact scene is when, because remember before that, she's like, you have no real experience in hand-to-hand combat, or you're not qualified, or you're not like.
she was saying that he could have finished him off like 2 moves early, but then she goes in there and then she's also getting her butt handed to her by Beckett. So I was like, you said you could take him down, but here you are
having a struggle with it.
Yeah, it's like
with someone who has all these like martial arts skills behind her back, how is she losing to a guy who that she claims doesn't have any kind of experience?
Yeah,
I guess
it?
in this situation they had to make him like
They made
be
him-
on par because
That's one of the cliches they did with the movie. It's like, all right, our protagonist has to at least hold his ground because he's
Yeah.
our protagonist.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
he
what
also
happened here.
like then because you're going from there like this scene, you went from that all the way to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about the middle too much.
Yeah, I wanted to save that one for later because I
Okay.
actually liked one of the scenes
Well,
and I
I'm gonna-
disliked one of the scenes.
Well, so I'm gonna bring up this real quick. Another thing that I think about is the other hand-to-hand combat with him fighting the other team that's
The
still
snob.
alive. Yeah, the
The
snob
snob.
one. Because at that point in time, they show how skilled he is as a fighter.
yeah.
Because you gotta they show that even though she claims that he has no hand-to-hand combat training at all, he's just like a guy.
Chuck.
Huh?
His name is Chuck.
That's the guy's name. But like he has no hand-to-hand combat. How the heck does he do the exact same moves as her as Mako? Because remember he flips him and
Yeah.
then twists his whole body like a girl. Like,
Yeah.
I get probably that was the stunt devil that did that whole scene right there. But like
If you're strong enough, you can do anything.
yeah,
I guess that's the
but that
logic of this movie.
no, but like he was nimble. It wasn't strong. He was doing like
Maybe he
Scarlett
does
Johansson
yoga.
move.
Maybe he does yoga.
But she claims that he had no experience. I'm trying to point that out.
That's because she doesn't know him. She only knows what she's read. So She only knows based on
yeah,
what
but they would
everyone else
claim they would put it on there if he had hand-to-hand combat.
They might not know. Like I said, they only know him based on his performance in the Jaeger. They don't know him personally, probably.
No, because they choose you based off your personal experience.
I don't know.
The
way they chose them is because what's his brother's name?
What was I had it written here?
But
Yancey,
Beckett, Yancey, and Raleigh, they were chosen because they had a very, very strong connection with each other. So they had a very strong neural
they're
link.
brothers.
Yeah, but not only that, like just because they're brothers, that doesn't mean they're gonna have a very strong connection with the neural link. They just had an exceptionally strong one. Is why they were chosen.
And the brother was also in the military.
Yeah, so that's why they were chosen. They probably weren't chosen for their combat skills at first. They got their combat skills after joining this program, I'm assuming.
Probably. But
what did you guys think about the final battle then?
The final battle is not my favorite scene, actually.
You didn't like it?
It's not my favorite. My favorite scene.
I didn't like how he gave the oxygen to Mako, but then Mako was blacking out, but then he was completely fine without oxygen for like 5 minutes.
yeah,
Maybe he had the skills to...
He was like running around the whole
Main character, bro.
robot.
bro, but that doesn't make sense again. There's another plot hole right there because
Main character, bro.
he's still not.
He's like, oh man, I gotta pull that switch. This is
You got to remember, some people can hold their breath for up to 24 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't know if he could. I don't think.
Exactly, you don't know. He could have that
That's so
ability.
funny to think about because she grew up in the military. After
That doesn't mean she can breathe for like...
no, but
24
she
minutes, not breathe
she
for-
should have skills to be able to maintain herself. That's my thought process.
She might have gotten
thinking
knocked
about
out as
this.
well, so you never know.
How?
I don't know. Just go with it, okay?
I'm not trying to make this movie seem shitty or anything. I like I was saying, like
Just go with the flow.
The thing about this movie I enjoy, which so like this end cutscene. There's so many things that doesn't make sense to me. Like with her being knocked out so quickly, there's no way she should have.
This is also her first, like, her second drop, you could say.
But she has a lot of military experience, giving her that.
She has simulated experience. That's it. That's a totally different thing from
military
real
experience. Not saying like on field. Yes, she's newbie. She's not understanding. But I said military. She's trained in the military for a long time, at least with that program. So she should be understand to hold her breath.
Maybe.
I feel because she has a lot of combat to be able to do a lot of stuff.
I see what you're saying.
If she was in the Marines, then I can understand that because they're trained to be in.
But the guy
water,
wasn't
stuff like
in
that.
the Marines.
Exactly. Who knows? The guy.
Literally in the start of the movie, you could see the guy.
He's the main character, bro.
The guy was just picked, like you said, because he had a high
Neural link with his brother.
His brother, on the other hand, was in the Marines.
Look, main character, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm giving him a pass, okay?
I don't give him a pass. That's just,
He gets a pass from me, okay?
There are a lot of plot holes in
My
this
favorite
movie.
scene's actually like right before the end fight.
Let me go over my thoughts before we go into favorite moments. So some thoughts I had while watching the movie is the cinematography is really well done because it's done by a pro. Guillermo del Toro directed this movie.
Very pretty.
He does great work in film, so it's great that he had so much passion in this movie. I really enjoyed all the colors and the futuristic tech. That's my favorite part about it, like all the neon lights and the control panel and stuff.
So good.
The characters were generic, but they were still, easy enough to like and follow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, that's just some thoughts I had.
Another thing, like before we get into favorite parts, I really liked the scientists.
You like them?
Yeah, they were great.
Which scientists?
Both.
You like both of them?
Yeah,
I don't
Bern
like the
Gorman
one.
and
You only like the
Day,
one?
The one who was a groupie.
Dr.
A kaiju
Newton.
groupie.
Yeah, Dr. Newton. He was fun, dude.
Dr. Newton and Dr.
You
Herman.
you seen the second one, right, Eddie? Or no,
No,
you didn't watch it. Okay, if you watch the second
don't-
one, it's all about him.
That's why you
Okay.
don't watch the second one, dude. Don't watch the second one.
No,
at
well,
all.
that's the reason why I like him as a character because I like that what he does in the second movie. Still,
Get out of here, bro.
dude,
out of here with that.
I'm not. I don't know.
He's not good in that one either. He's good in the first one, but not
like
in
I
the second
said.
one.
I don't know. I like the second one because he's in the movie. I like him as a character.
That's why I watched the second one, because he was in the movie, but I just liked everything that happened. Everything.
I don't know.
But yeah, Dr. Newton and Dr. Herman, great chemistry together. Like they you could see the chemistry. They've worked together for a long time. They hate each other, but at the same time, they go along.
They
with
respect
each other.
each
They
other.
respect each other enough. Yes.
Yeah.
So every interaction they had was great. The way the groupie really wanted to do the neural load thing with the kaiju brain. He did that exact thing. He built it out of garbage, and then at the end there, they both go in there.
Okay, well, we're
So
jumping to that was my least favorite moment.
What?
Newt and Herman neurolinking with the kaiju. So I know I should have taken this movie. I know I shouldn't take this movie too seriously because at its core it's an action mech movie. But it was just so goofy how both of them were rapidly shaking their heads when they were reading the kaiju's mind.
You're talking about the second time he does it.
Yeah, the second time they do it together, they carry the load. The first time Charlie Day does it, Dr. Newton, it's fine, you know, because he doesn't play it out too much. But then when they both do it together, they're like, oh, it just felt like a, you know, a cheesy, you know, Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler movie to me. It's like, oh my God, like they were foaming at the mouth and stuff.
Now that you mentioned that, actually, yes, I didn't really focus on that part.
What's the guy's name?
Dr. Herman?
No, Dr. Newton.
Oh.
Him when he did it, I think you actually have a strong body to do it as well.
Yeah.
Because the other one,
well, he also did it with half a brain.
No. I'm trying to think his partner.
Dr. Herman?
Is it Dr. Herman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the British one.
Yeah, the British one. So Dr. Herman, I don't think his body was able to support it. That's probably why he was more shooken up than Dr.
It just looked too goofy for me. I'm just nitpicking here.
If you paid attention, like if you've seen how his body, like, because I don't know if they pan to Dr. Newton too much, but they really show his first time doing it, and he of course was shooken. He also had a massive nosebleed. Like his body was not able to support it.
That's why you need two pilots, because I'm
talking about when they split the load.
Oh, okay.
His body physically, I think you have to have a physically strong enough body to able to handle it too, because he had the same problem that the
Pentecost.
Yeah, because he started having a nosebleed, but because Pentecost, it was the radioactive.
Yeah.
And like they stated before, his mind was also getting fucked up doing that so many times by himself.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down to you have to have physical and mental strength in order to do something like this.
Hannibal Chow was also good comedy relief there, like towards
right, he was the what is it, black market dealer. Yeah, I liked his style.
I love when he died.
That was hilarious. Apparently, in the end credit scene, he's alive.
Back, he's alive. He digs out of the thing with his little switchblade.
I think he's in the second one too.
Goddamn shoe.
Yeah, he's a likable character. He was funny.
But yeah.
So I really liked the scientists. They were some of my favorite characters in the entire movie.
I liked them too. I just didn't. For some reason, that scene made me laugh more than it should have, and I was just like, I can't take it seriously.
And as long as you enjoyed if it was funny to you and you enjoyed it, that's fine. As long as you enjoyed it.
Like I said, that's the reason why he does it though. Like that's why he turns out the way he does and stuff like that. I don't think his body could handle it.
Yeah.
That's my view from it. That's what I can see. That's what I can remember, and I can picture as to why his body. Because remember, he's a frail guy.
Yeah,
he's walking with a cane, so that means he already has his body's not the best for what he did.
That's true. Yeah, he's a little weaker than everybody else. Yeah.
I already told you what my least favorite part, and that was probably the hand-to-hand action part. But
oh yeah, you didn't like that.
Yeah, not very much. But other than that, there isn't much I'd say like I didn't like about the movie. One thing I'd say is another least favorite part is the weird thing where when the robot punches through the building and then it comes to that weird what's it called, the ball where you hit it and it goes.
Oh yeah, that was stupid.
I did not like that. They did not
the
need
little
to add that.
kinetic balls.
Yeah, kinetic balls where when it punches the wall and then it slowly stops and it just hits it enough where it goes like, ding ding ding.
That was
ding,
stupid.
Ding.
Yeah.
It's just not needed to be in that. Okay, they didn't need to add that.
What was your least favorite, Javier?
Well, I don't really have a most favorite scene.
Yeah, just go with your least favorite right now. We'll come back to favorite.
My least favorite is part of the ending.
Yeah.
I don't like it too much.
Yeah, way there was definitely like a forced cliche ending.
Like you said, that
cliche romance. Like the romance was nodded to, it was fine, but the ending was
just like, oh my God, we'll kiss as helicopters fly over our heads and we're safe.
I just don't like the end fight with the kaiju and everything.
Okay.
I overall do not like that end.
We're missing the main kaiju fight though.
What made kaiju fight?
It's before. All right, it's when
Are you talking about the third one that's level 5 kaiju?
No, not that. That's not that. Screw that fight.
The one where he's got a ship in his hand? He's using like a baseball
it's
bat?
When, what's the electronic robot that goes down name? You guys remember it?
Oh, that scene, that whole fight scene there?
When the EMP blast goes off and it stops, and then Gypsy Danger comes in on the helicopter, drops down. You see the heaviness of the robot, everything there. You see it take down.
That's your most favorite scene right there,
So that's your
right?
favorite scene?
My favorite scene is that entire
we'll jump to
fight
favorite scene.
with both those there.
Before we jump to that, but like I said, the end with the fight with the 3 kaijus.
Oh yeah.
That whole scene, that makes me not like the movie too much and how they end it and what they do. I do not like that.
Good.
Yeah, they were defeated very easily at the end.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy it. And the fact, like I point out, is the fact that they're trained, or at least she is trained, and like the fact he's not, but he's just he has experience. Yeah. He has experience, and like
they did say they could hold a fight. So and start the movie we may not be the smartest, but we can hold hold our own in a fight. So
they're like I said, the brother was military, him not.
He's a natural fighter. Okay.
But yeah, it's just that whole scene.
He is number one.
That whole end scene.
Yeah, I didn't really like the ending either.
But other than that, I mean, it's okay. So now we can go to our most favorite.
So Alexi's favorite is the
back to
Gypsy Danger fight.
Gypsy Danger fight. And of course every mech has to have a sword when they're flying from the pterodactyl looking kaiju.
Yeah.
They of course we're out of power with that blaster. No worries, I'll speak Japanese and get ourselves an anime sword. And just cuts it up. And that was it was great.
They do that.
I loved it.
But they do that again at the end.
Yeah, but still, it was great.
It's not as cool. It's not as cool as that scene, but they do it again.
It's still good, every mech needs a sword. It's now more original because now we got a heat blade.
Oh my god, yeah.
I loved it.
I'm surprised. You know how they do the plasma
blast?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make the sword out of plasma. I feel like that more of a benefit.
That would be too anime. Okay, that would be too anime.
But that would make so much more sense to me.
It would look cooler.
it would not have gone well aesthetically with the characters
robotic
rustic look because it was all dark blue, red. There's a little bit of red on it, and the sword was the same way. It was the same color palette as the entire robot, and then they have the.
I think that was the one. I think that was the only one with the sword.
Yep. That's why it was also very unique. So the way Gypsy fought was good. It was awesome, and he learned from his mistake from the first fight scene. I think it's dead, but let's check it for a pulse.
Oh yeah, and then they sliced it.
That's probably why they had no power at the end there.
They wasted it all.
Yeah, they wasted it all on that one.
They had to make sure.
What was your favorite moment, Javier?
I think that's gonna be my favorite moment because
the same moment as mine.
Like I was explaining this when we were in the kitchen. The reason why that's probably my most favorite moment is because it shows the true why the movie has such a high rating for me.
Oh yeah, that action.
Because it shows how us as humans, if we actually made mechs and made it like that, it shows how we need 2 people to run a machine
for something that big, because our brain can't handle it.
And the fact that when we throw a punch, it's never going to be as smooth like that because in anime or in animated mech movies or stuff like that, it's always showed that super smooth. It's never going to be like that. And
it's going to be all clunky.
In real life, it's going to be slower. It's going to have the 5-second lag. It's going to take a minute and stuff like that.
Another cool thing is it has a rocket punch, bro. Oh my god! And he said rocket punch, and he just punched the kaiju right in the face. It was such a nice scene, man.
But yeah, that's the reason. That exact scene and that whole scene, it shows the reason why I enjoy the movie a lot.
Yeah, that was a pretty greatly done scene, directed. Yeah, they did great on the cinematography because you could see all the perspectives far away and actually get to feel how giant they are and stuff.
Yeah.
If they ever did Transformers movies, I want to see it like this, okay?
Transformers
like this.
Just like Transformers. Transformers makes it seem so smooth. And I don't think that's how robots would be.
Nah, bro. They're clunky. They would be clunky.
It'd be a little bit slower.
Feel the weight. You don't feel the weight. If you watch a Transformers movie, you don't feel the weight behind each Transformers.
I don't know. I really like Bumblebee. That was a good movie.
No, I'm not saying they're bad movies. I'm saying Oh well, they're not that great, obviously, but
they're not bad movies. Wait, they're not that great. Okay?
They're not great, but you don't feel the weight behind the punches of the Transformers.
The
That's true.
The best Transformer movie is the first one.
No,
Bumblebee's the best. One.
I do actually. Mark Wahlberg or whatever his name is. I actually like his Transformers movies.
Oh,
Like when the movies that he's in, I actually enjoy them better than Sam Witwicky. Screw him.
Well, a lot of people would think otherwise with you.
Well, they're wrong.
My favorite moment was Mako's flashbacks. So once she Neuralinks with Raleigh into the Jaeger, Mako soon loses control of her thoughts. She flashes back to a time where she lived in Japan, but her city was ravaged by a kaiju, killing her family and almost ending her life. However, after she leaves the Jaeger, we soon learn from Pentecost he saved Mako's life that day and adopted her. I think this was an unexpected relationship, and it was well played out, and it makes all the pieces fit into place.
It was a good scene, yes. It's not my favorite by a long shot, but it's definitely a good scene.
We get it. You like the mechs in this movie.
Right.
You like gypsies. Just in particular.
It's because it was also one of the only scenes where we could see civilian casualties.
Yes,
like,
yes.
This is what you and me and everybody else, we probably wouldn't get to operate these robots. We'd be the ones running for our lives.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of what it would be like.
You see it when he goes to Hong Kong, too?
Yeah, you do a little bit, but
nowhere near as much as this flashback.
Well, yeah, because during that flashback, it was the trial runs more. So it was more like they didn't have those underground bunkers and everything.
So it's like everyone for themselves.
And then that's what happens.
I also liked when Idris Elba said, "We're canceling the apocalypse." It's such a cheesy line, but he delivered it so powerfully that it was like, what the heck?
My one thing I did like is the whole stop the clock situation. Every time the kaiju showed up, they restarted the clock. And at the end of the fight, after they blew up the rift, it's like stop the clock permanent. And that was I thought
until movie 2.
Yeah, they delivered that line very well. Although in movie 2, it's different from what you think.
Yeah, it's not the same as
it's not the same clock.
No, it's not.
It's just
there is
a
no
different
clock. No clocks at all.
This one,
it's totally different. Just don't watch it.
Like I said, you could watch it.
No, you don't.
What is your guys' final rating for this one?
8.5 still.
Still an 8.
7.5 for me. Out of 10. All right, let's read some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it an 8 out of 10. I usually don't watch action films. They just aren't my sort of thing. However, my daughter insisted that I watch Pacific Rim, and I was feeling absolutely horrible when I watched the film, as I had just gone through some painful surgery that morning. So to take my mind off the aches, I gave it a try, and thankfully it turned out to be exactly the sort of tonic I needed. Entertaining and crazy fun. Well, I didn't see it in theaters, the best way to watch this type of movie. I did see it on a very large screen at home. Watching it on a small screen is practically a waste of time. For once, I love that a film has eye-popping visuals, explosions, and action, and it manages to deliver an entertaining experience without leaving you feeling dumb for having enjoyed it. A problem too often associated with this movie of style. Well worth your time.
It is. I agree with everything that person said.
One thing I'm gonna say this right now. Another thing I like about the movie is a lot of the shots they show just like by itself. Like when we get to Hong Kong, you see the skeletal bones over to Hong Kong.
Oh yeah.
And how they
made it part of their
it's scenery. Like I love that shot.
That is pretty dope.
That is one of my favorite shots in that whole movie. Honest to God. Like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
it's so well done.
I think they did a great job setting up the lore and everything in this universe.
That's
I think it's become like a cult classic. They even have collectible toys. Like, if you have them later down the road, they're going to be worth like hundreds of dollars.
Dang. This Metacritic reviewer gave it 100 out of 100. At first, watching Pacific Rim feels like rediscovering a favorite childhood cartoon. But Del Toro has flooded the project with such affection and artistry that rather than smiling nostalgically, you find yourself enchanted all over again.
Thank you for that.
I don't know.
That's how
100 out of 100 is kind of high.
Nah, man.
It's a high score.
Not high enough.
Not high enough.
I know I give it only an 8.5 still.
This Rotten Tomato audience member gave it a 3 out of 5. Transformers meets Godzilla is the best way to describe this film. A good special effects film, but story was a bit weak. Yeah, I mean,
Get rid of the Transformers part, and I'll agree.
Well, I guess this is coming from like an American audience perspective because, you know, they're only used to Transformers and Godzilla.
Okay, fair enough.
So they're like, that's all we have here in the West, so that's what I'm comparing it to.
The kaijus did give me Godzilla vibe.
That's what Godzilla is. Godzilla's a kaiju.
Yeah, I could see. That's
It's,
why.
yeah, it's a genre of
That's why I was just like, man, this all feels like it's linked to Godzilla in a sense.
He gonna come out.
That's why I was thinking. I was like, where's Godzilla? I feel like he's gonna pop out the cuts like, hey.
No, if Godzilla was in there, those mechs would not have done any damage to it because Godzilla's what, like 93 tons or something like that.
Then they make him
or something even heavier than that. He's giant.
Well, Godzilla's a tier 10.
Probably.
Yeah. The highest tier they went up to was 5, and they barely beat 5.
Yeah, Godzilla's too powerful for them. All right, this Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a fresh. The carnage causes both tremendous destruction and a good amount of entertainment. All right. Yay, we got Maybach because we're about to get into the next segment. All right, check out our previous podcast. If you've enjoyed this one so far, we upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out the Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. All right. Now, May is here to join us for content we've seen this week. So, what are some shows or movies you guys watched this week?
I've
You
already
want to talk
said
about?
it in the beginning, but
Oh, yeah.
well, I've watched, Infinity Train.
Mm-hmm.
It's good show.
Good
I
show.
can see why Jesus recommended it.
Overall, what do you rate it?
Overall,
Yeah, the whole series, what do you rate it?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay, that's pretty good then.
And then for Scissor 7, it's like a 9 for me. I
Dang.
really enjoyed it. It's short. It's short. It's good. But I'm really upset on how it ends. But at the same time, I can see, like I said, they're gonna make a movie.
Hopefully,
and
yeah.
Hopefully, and they're planning on ending it with another season, I believe. So there should be another season coming out.
Yeah, hopefully we get all that content.
But it's a 9 for me. I really enjoyed it. And then I started another show, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's probably like right now, I'm like, I don't even think I'm close to ending season 1.
Mhm.
But what I've seen so far, I'm enjoying it.
Really?
It's probably,
You'll enjoy it, yeah.
it's probably like a 9 for the show.
Okay.
So far, yeah. I agree. Skip me.
Skip you?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, May?
It's an old show, but I just started watching Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I know that one. My grandma used
I
to
only
have
know
that
it by
playing.
name.
How is it? I have caught you like watching, but I haven't actually watched any of it.
It's very cute, and there's a lot of mother-daughter drama that reminds me of me and my mom.
It sounds pink.
Pink?
Yeah.
Like the color pink?
Yeah.
The
Is
show's kind of like not dark as in like the show content, but like the look of it is darker.
Oh, really?
Low lighting and
I
stuff.
don't know. When you said Gilmore Girls, I'm just thinking very bright.
Is it on Hulu, right? Or no? Is it
Netflix.
Netflix?
Where do you rate it?
I'm only on like episode 10 of the first season, but I really like it.
Okay.
So, what, like an 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my
That's
kind
good.
of show.
That's
It's
great.
all drama and like teenage stuff.
Oh, there you go. If you like drama and teenage stuff.
Oh, I guess one thing I technically have been watching is a bunch of stuff about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. I'm never going to call them by their real names because I don't like the actual
You mean
names.
Pokemon Shining
Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. Yeah, I don't like those names. So
Wait,
I
that's
just
the name of the
Yeah,
game?
Yeah,
I keep
those are
on
the
calling
names of
them Diamond and Pearl remakes because that's just a better name for them.
Oh, you mean Shining Pearl?
But yeah, I just been watching a bunch of those trailers.
When does it come out? Next week or the week after?
2 weeks.
2
The 19th, I believe.
I hope I can buy a copy because I know it's
And,
probably going to be sold
You
out.
could probably buy it in the eShop. So
Yeah, that's what I do.
You don't really have to worry about physical.
I want to.
So I've been keeping up with that.
I literally, I do not have a physical copy game in my apartment.
You
Neither do I.
Oh, wow.
Neither do I.
And I
But-
think for the Switch, I'd rather have the physical copy for Pokemon.
Like I said, so I've been enjoying what
Fair
I've been seeing about Pokemon. Some people have already gotten early copies of them, and they've been spoiling stuff for that. So I'm trying to avoid too big of
Yes,
spoilers.
avoid the spoilers.
I'm keeping up with some
but it's all
stuff,
the content.
but if
people
I
have.
see too big of a spoiler, I'm not gonna watch it at all. But yeah, keeping up with that, it's very nice. I like what I'm seeing.
I'm looking
The
forward to
lighting
these
in the
games.
game that feels a little too.
Right?
I don't know how to say it. Blurry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Saturated and blurry?
Yeah, saturated. So it seems the coloration seems a little off at times, in my opinion. People like it. To me,
What starter are you going to pick?
probably Piplup or Turtwig.
Well, you got to pick one.
There's
Piplup.
Yeah,
Then that
Piplup's
means I have
gonna.
to play
It's
it.
Diamond Pearl
I've
remake.
never played any of them.
It'll probably.
There you go. You gotta get it.
It's for
Probably-
both sets, right?
You can
Piplup.
get one, and I'll get the other.
One
did
thing.
last time.
All right.
Yeah.
One thing have heard in a recent video I watched today is you might be able to get all 3 starters in both games.
That'd be a first.
Yeah. So it won't be first. You can do that in Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's what? Isn't Charmander?
No, it's
No.
Chimchar.
Oh, Chimchar. That's
Yeah.
what I was like. I'm trying to think of the monkey. I was like, Chimchar,
Yeah.
what is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Chimchar,
Turtwig and
Piplup.
Piplup.
But yeah, I don't like the fire star. Like I like the way it looks, but that's not the way I'm.
Yeah, I
gonna
usually
for.
go fire, but I might actually go Turtwig this time.
Turtwig is awesome.
Yeah, I,
But I want
might go
Piplup.
Piplup though. I like I like the
Empoleon,
Yeah,
the
Empoleon.
regal, the king look, the queen majesty, whatever.
I want a giant turtle with a tree on his back.
Yeah.
I just like
That's cool.
I just like how it's just an emperor penguin.
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl had some of the best designs.
design, yeah.
Yeah, designs of Pokemon in general. Isn't that where we got like Darkrai and we got
we
like
got Darkrai and all that. We got the evolutions for Pokemon that don't need evolutions, like
you know,
Licky
obviously,
Licky,
you obviously got
Dusknoir.
Dialga, Palkia, which are amazingly
We got
done.
Dusknoir, Magmortar, Electivire. Those are some epic designs.
Isn't this like the last game that was extremely good, and from there on people don't really
well,
enjoy
Black
it?
and White. I'd say Black and White was the last. Really
Yeah, I
good game.
agree. Black and White was
X and Y, Black and White.
well, X and Y was
okay,
forgettable.
But it was not as good as Black and White and Black and White.
X and Y was
is
forgettable.
its own thing. I'm thinking also of the anime as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Anime wise, Black and White was just trash.
'cause I don't think.
But the opening song was dope.
Diamond and Pearl anime wise was really good, but
Yeah.
then X and Y came out anime wise, and that was the last time it was good.
was it? Oh yeah,
in my
because X.
opinion. I haven't watched Generations.
Well, no, but yeah, because I think that's what I think. Because I think X and
X and Y anime wise was some of the most mind blowing Pokemon animation I've
and
ever
then
seen.
Black and White is where it dies.
It died.
Because I think that's where I stopped watching. I was like, this is pretty freaking garbage, in my opinion.
All right. So what me and May watched in theaters was this week was Last Week in Soho.
Last night.
Last
Last night
night.
in Soho.
Yeah, I said last week.
Isn't that the one with Matt
Last
Smith
night
in
in
it?
Soho. No. Released October 29th of 2021. Plot: an aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker. Rated R, directed by Edgar Wright, starring Thomasin McKenzie, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Matt Smith.
How was Matt Smith in the movie though? I want to know.
He's from Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy. From
He's the
that.
British guy.
He was kind of
I didn't
the
like
antagonist of the
I
film.
don't like his character.
What character did he play?
He was like kind of a villain
The
in
love
this movie.
interest at
Alright.
first, but then
But
Soon
then he
turned
like
villain.
he becomes more and more.
He's kind of a
Villain?
dick in this
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
Okay.
Is it a good
'Cause
movie?
I
it's
wanna
a
see-
good
It was
movie. I
really
rated an
good.
8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
the
'Cause I-
trailer does not look good, but the movie, like,
don't
there's a
know.
lot
It's
of stuff in the
great.
movie that's not
The
in the
movie-
trailer.
okay.
Well, that's a good sign though.
'Cause
That's a
I
good-
like
'cause
Matt Smith, and I might give
based
that a
off
shot.
the
You
trailers,
to,
what
man.
made me really want to watch it. That's why. Because it's a good thing they didn't show more than they need to. I think the trailer did it just right.
But I think that's what's hurting because, like, obviously I work at the theater, so I can see the ticket sales and stuff, and
That's
it's
what's
been
hurting it,
doing
is the
bad.
trailer?
I
Really?
think so.
I can see that the trailer wasn't that great.
The trailer is what made me pique my interest.
Really?
It's what made me suggest that that's a movie that.
We should watch.
Yeah.
What made
Yeah.
me suggest this because I just saw Matt Smith in it. So that's all.
It's a really great film about a tragic story. You know, it shows how the show business has a dark side and especially takes advantage of women. It also shows the scary side of moving into a big city by yourself. I really loved all the scares this movie had to offer, and the special effects were really well done. And the actresses obviously were phenomenal. They both done work that I really enjoy.
I liked the Downtown song. I've been listening to it.
Downtown, yeah.
There's 2 versions of it on Spotify.
I probably
Who
gonna
just
watch
uses
it.
Spotify anymore?
So Thomasin McKenzie
Don't like
was
YouTube music.
an old. She was one of the daughters. She played like the daughter when she was like a teenager. She was in Old. She was also in Jojo Rabbit.
I've never seen that.
It's a good movie. I like it.
Isn't that the one that talks to
Is she the
The
girl
kid
that,
talks to Hitler.
yeah, the kid that
Yeah.
like
she
falls?
the girl in the house?
Huh?
The girl in the house that...
Yeah,
Mom
she's the girl in the
protected?
house. She's the Jew that was hiding in the house. And then Anya Taylor was also really good. She was Queen's Gambit, and she was in New Mutants. Yeah, she's in New
Bro,
Mutants.
did you see?
She's the one with the puppet.
Did you see New Mutants?
Yeah, I watched that movie.
I didn't watch New Mutants, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you didn't understand that
Oh
reference.
man, I already say The New Mutants, I don't really enjoy.
She was the girl with the puppet on her hand.
Well, no, like I mean, like as a movie itself, I didn't really enjoy it. I feel like it's just as low as a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. I liked the characters. They just didn't do a good job of story.
It still gave me DC vibes, like their internal
DC?
dust, yes.
Well, I mean, this is Fox that made the movie, so it's not
Fox,
actually Marvel.
Yeah, that's because
they own X-Men.
X-Men.
Oh.
So it's not like officially like a Marvel Studios movie.
I think that when they played it, it says Marvel.
It's an association with
yeah.
Marvel.
Oh yeah. Same like it's like Venom, like in a sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
In association with Marvel.
Yeah. Other than that, the only complaint I have is the ending felt rushed. It doesn't really do justice to the story.
That's not good.
I liked the ending.
You liked the
I thought
ending?
it was cute.
But I don't know. They cut a lot of corners to get to that happy ending.
How's your Family Guy going?
All right. Yeah, I was going to talk about that next. Family Guy. I finished season 2. I'm halfway through season 3.
Wow,
so
you have a lot to watch.
Yeah, I know. It's because I started a new show that I'll talk about later on too. But I see what you guys say. The quality is starting to go downhill a little bit.
Just wait until season 9.
It's still an enjoyable show. I really like it because it's at the end of the day, it is what I enjoy about it is that it is like a Family Guy. Like Peter,
turn your brain off type of
like
situation.
no, Peter is a Family Guy. Like in every episode in these early seasons, at the end of the day, he cares about his family.
Except Meg.
Yeah, well, even in these early seasons, he cares about Meg. He's like, "Oh, my poor daughter," and stuff like that. Like he doesn't bully her or anything. He doesn't fart in her face.
Wait.
Instead, he like helps her out. He asks her like, "What's wrong, Meg?" Things like that. He's a Family Guy. He cares about his family.
Yeah, and then once you get later, does not show that.
I know.
Later on, it's just gags.
I'm used to all the newer episodes, and I didn't like it. But I've been watching his like in the background, and I keep laughing at the jokes.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny.
It's funny.
It dies down significantly after season 9 or 10.
So far, I mean, he is starting to lose a little bit of that family quality that I love about him, but it's still pretty good.
Is it the episode Quagmire and Meg? Is that in a later episode?
Yeah, oh my god.
episode.
I've seen that episode.
Yeah,
That's a wild one.
Yeah, that's later on.
He's
That's
like
the one
70
that
years old.
shows, for me, that episode shows that he really still cares about Meg, that episode. That's why I'm
I
thinking
think he just doesn't want a 70-year-old to get with Meg, you know?
He doesn't know his age, though, at that time frame.
Yeah, that's true.
He just, remember, because they don't really talk about Quagmire's age until later episodes still. Because then they check out his ID, and he's
That's
like,
true.
whoa, you're this old? He's
It's
like, how
what's
do
your
you...
secret?
I inject carrots.
Yeah.
That's literally what he
Yeah.
says. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so far it's not that crazy. I really enjoy it for what it is.
Yes, enjoy it while you can.
But I've also been... I'll do a review on it next week, but I've been watching the final season of Narcos Mexico. It's pretty good. It's about narcos in Mexico.
I kind of figured.
It's the final season, but I'll get more into depth once I actually finish it. I'm like halfway through. It's taken away from my Family Guy time because each episode is like an hour long.
Oh my God.
So it's going to take me a little while before I can get back into Family Guy.
Can I share something else?
Yeah.
So since you played Slenderman, I've been getting recommended creepypastas.
Oh, those are good. I like those.
And so I just watched a video. It was like 15 minutes long of the Bart is dead.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
My favorite ones are the go to sleep,
The Russian sleep experiment?
no, not that. It's the go to sleep guy. I forgot his name. Well, anyways, it's a whole series. It's a few series I'd recommend. You guys can talk about it. Go to sleep. There's also Life and Jack is fine too. Yep, I like that one.
A lot of interesting
Slenderman ones are good.
All right, well, yeah, we can get into the recommendations. So let's roll the credits. You guys got any recommendation for any media? Like YouTube channels, music, just things you guys enjoy watching?
Here it is. It's Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the
Those
Killer.
are my favorite ones. I love them.
I really don't have anything this week.
You don't have anything you've been watching?
No, well, I mean, you can watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I recommend it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
If you're really into Marvel, you can watch it. But it's an old show. People
What
just
about
probably
at work? What do you listen to or watch?
Stupid stuff, I bet.
I actually just, I don't really have, I just listen to, I go on a pop genre.
Okay.
Pop. I listen to a whole bunch of random music, bro.
Gotcha.
Like 1 hour, I'll be into like pop. Did another hour. Listen to all the Pokemon intros.
Yeah.
And then I go to then I go to anime intros, and then I go into country, and then I go into rock, and then I go to like hip hop. I'm so
doing everything.
Yeah, listen. I just go to. Now I just like switch to Mexican music. I'll go to banda, I'll go to bachata.
Here's what I recommend then.
Cumbia.
I've been re-listening to the I'm Number 4 series on my audio books, so I recommend that. It's a good series. It's about 9 aliens, 10 in this situation actually, but 10 aliens that escaped to Earth after their planet was decimated by another planet.
Whoa.
And so they come to Earth, and they're being hunted down because they got these abilities from the elders, and they're supposed to grow up to be stronger than the elders. So they're trying to get rid of them before they can take revenge, basically. And so they get the help of the government and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. It's a very nice. It's classified as a romance as well. So there's there's some good scenes there, sad
Kissing scenes.
Yeah, a lot of that actually. A lot of that, and it gets a little
I'm
frustrating.
too young for that.
But it's a good series. I recommend it.
You should watch Infinity Train.
No.
What about you, May? Any recommendations?
The Mile Higher podcast.
Oh, that's your conspiracy theory
Well,
podcast.
it's not. They do conspiracy theories. They do true crime. They do unsolved mysteries.
I do 60 minutes for my true crime.
And then they also have a news segment in the beginning. So I've been watching all the episodes from way back, like years ago. But like for current episodes, they do news segments talking about like stuff they found out about, like in the space or like politics or like just any kind of current news that isn't like mainstream, that not everyone knows about or it's not always reported.
Okay. They dig deep. For me, I recommend this channel called Film Booth. It's a channel that just helps you grow your YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It's just free tips. You don't have to sign up for any sketchy courses or anything like that.
Well,
Big
I
brain
like
time.
I like signing up for sketchy
Oh
courses.
no, don't do that.
You know how many random subscriptions I have with sketchy courses?
Oh my god. I hope not. All right. So next week, you guys ready for this? The movie will be. You're the only one who doesn't know, Javier. It's Clifford. It's the only new movie.
Does not look bad.
It's the only new movie in theaters next week.
Why wasn't the only one Why was I the only one?
Because I went to his house yesterday and I told him.
I kind of figured. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't know all the movies that come out every week. But like the following week is Ghostbusters. I think.
So
and then
for
the week
this,
after that, it's gonna be the animated movie, right? Because I'm pretty. Because those are the only ones that when you go to like Celebration Cinema, they have a lot of posters. Like the North has a lot of advertisements for stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, next week is gonna be Clifford. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be at a different time though because we got Comic-Con to go to.
I'll do what I can to make it that one, but
we'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, we're also gonna figure out a streaming move for you guys. So thank you all so much for visiting the Sleeper Cinema. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Peace out.
Bye.